Alrighty guys, hello there, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. Yeah, did uh, did some double feature already, so I think we're going to do some quick draft Forgotten Realms. I'm close to doing another Premier draft or double feature, but the last draft I did went horrendous and I didn't make enough gems. So it's fine. I think we're going to take a quick break from double feature and then do some quick draft Forgotten Realms to kind of recall the set, and then yeah, we'll just do maybe one more video for double feature and take it from there. So let's fire this off. And pack one, pick one, Premier draft. Sorry, bot draft. Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. I never opened up Inferno of the Star Mounts once, even on paper and on Arena, but this is the first time. So yeah, I assume this is a busted card. 6 mana, 6/6 flying haste, can't be countered, so rip blue decks. And then pay 1 red to give it fire breathing. And then I highly doubt we're going to get up to 20 power, since that's not even enough lands to make it do so. But either way, it's just a 6 mana, 6/6 flying haste that can catch the opponent off guard. And yeah, the fire breathing can just end the game. So yeah, easy. Inferno of the Star Mounts. Never opened up this card, but it's just a bomb. And over what other options are there? Red Dragon and Clane Reclusive Painter are both pretty excellent too. I'm not sure if I would take Red Dragon over Clane, since Clane is just such an important uncommon for the red-black treasures deck. But I can see Red Dragon just being more flexible, and then since red-black is a color that's usually contested around the pod, then it's fine drafting some sort of red-green or red-white pack tactics deck. So maybe I would still take Red Dragon over Clane just to stay open. And at common, there's also Hill Giant Herdgorger, probably the common that stands out the most. But yeah, Inferno of the Star Mounts is great, and hopefully we can draft a powerful red deck. So first pick after taking Inferno. I think we have to take Grim Bounty as the second best common in the set. Innkeeper is pretty good if you are in a white-green Lifegain, and that you can still play this in a controlling green deck, and it's quite nice since you can just gain life incrementally to offset the aggro decks. But I'm going to take Grim Bounty to increase the highest chances of ending up in the black-red treasures deck, and definitely the second best common in this set. Second pick here might just be between Hoarding Ogre and Plundering Barbarian. Not sure which one I would take. Hoarding Ogre can really go off if it gets in a couple of attacks, but Plundering Barbarian can be an important 3-drop to play, not only to interact with other opponents' artifacts and destroy them, but also generating a treasure to help you ramp into cards like Inferno of the Star Mounts without attacking. So yeah, we'll take Grim Bounty here, but Innkeeper would be the second best card in the pack, and then these two would have been consideration just to stay in red. Alright, this pack is just really medium. Hard Hexblade is okay. If you sacrifice, it has some treasure synergy. If you sacrifice this for a treasure, you draw a card. Not a big fan of the whole red dice roll thing. In fact, red doesn't even care about venturing that much. It has a bit of the dice roll thing going on, but it's just not even that great of a enchantment class card. This rare is kind of unplayable. So yeah, it would be between like the red cards here or Ginny Windseer, I think, or even Hard Hexblade. So which one do we take? Ginny Windseer stands out as the best common in this pack. We can always pick up a big 6-drop later. If the red-black treasures deck is open, we can always get an unexpected windfall later as well, and I don't want to play more than one copy. Also keep in mind, I don't really like to wait until turn 4 to ramp. It's a fine card, but yeah, let's just try Ginny Windseer. Maybe we can end up blue-red or something, which is always a fun deck to maybe explore. Blue's the worst color in this format, though, but I'm still considering it. There's Farida. Are we crazy enough to just move into blue-red? We have Ginny Windseer to go off with it. Alternatively, there's Priest of Ancient Lore and Hill Giant Herdgorger, which are both great and can also keep us open. I think I have Priest higher than Hill Giant Herdgorger. I don't really like the blue-red dice roll deck. Farida, however, is a good card. But you have to throw in a bunch of these random dice roll cards, which aren't great outside of Ginny Windseer. I guess it can even draw you a card if you get 10 or more, but it's kind of luck-based. I think we're fine just staying open here. I don't like to draft blue-red. I think blue is the worst color in this format, and Priest is just a good 3-drop, so who knows? We'll just keep our options open, even though I want to be in red, but there's a chance that red is just cut off as we get past this pack, which we could take an unexpected windfall now, maybe, just to stay in red. There's also Arboreal Pegasus for Priest of Ancient Lore as a to follow Priest of Ancient Lore. Blink Dog for the equipments that could be decent, but it takes a bit of setup. Same with Ranger's class, a decent cheap creature you can put in equipment onto. I mean, Inferno's just too busted. I kind of have to make red one of my primary colors, so I can just take my Unexpected Windfall now. Feign Death is also kind of a cute card, almost like the Undying Malice from the previous set, but we'll take Unexpected Windfall. And, alright, this pack is also just kind of whatever. Baleful Beholder's okay, but we already have a 6-drop. Guess I can maybe be red-green with the Power Form Matters theme, and Circle of the Moon Druid could be a thing. Not sure. These cards are all just very medium. And there's a late Hill Giant Herdgorger. No, not enough respect for this card. Okay, so this is a sign maybe we should be base green or something. And yeah, red just doesn't seem open, so not sure how I'm going to make this work. But there's a late Sepulture Goal, which is nice in black-red treasures if we get the whole price of loyalty thing going, so we'll take it here. And even Thieves' Tool. Well, I mean, late Hill Giant Herdgorger. There's not enough respect for this card. So if I take this, I'm going to end up in some sort of maybe green control deck, perhaps. We can maybe hard splash Inferno of the Star Mounts if red is cut off, or just try to force red-green and maybe splash like a Grim Bounty, or go black-green splashing the Inferno of the Star Mounts if this comes together. Otherwise, if I want to just stick with black-red, there's Thieves' Tool, which is okay. I mean, given that fact I have a Hill Giant Herdgorger already, I'm going to speculate on the Thieves' Tool. And maybe this is the point where I realize the bots don't respect it enough, and then we can always pick up one later. So I'll take Inspiring Bard. It seems like green is definitely our base color from what I'm seeing. Yeah, these cards are just whatever. Taking our unexpected Windfall. And then I guess if we're going to be ramping into Inferno and Hill Giant Herdgorger, Neverwinter Dryad is okay. It's a decent 1-drop we can play. And even the Bull Strength. Okay. Let's kind of assume green is our base color now, since the bots don't seem to respect it. Or even one, I guess, is the most open color, so never mind. They probably respect it. I mean, there's also this too. So what's the options here? I mean, red is cut off. I mean, I can just try to force red. What does this do? Let's read this. 4 mana for 4 mana Planeswalker, 4 loyalty. Creatures you control gets +1/+1 haste until end of turn. Okay, that's pretty powerful. You can just keep zeroing this to make 1/1 devil creature tokens all day. Okay, and you also get an emblem with at the end of your first combat phase, untap target creature. All right. So you're most likely interested in just making red devil tokens over and over with this. Is it better than just Grim Bounty, though? I'm not sure. It feels like red was just so cut off. We might just be in this black-green-red deck, splashing Inferno of the Star Mounts. But we also just didn't see any amazing black cards, to be honest. So, I mean, we could even end up maybe red-green, splashing Grim Bounty, funny enough. Yeah, Azariel is insane. Don't know what to do here. I think it might just be Grim Bounty, though. It's between these two, for sure, since a green card is just a lot weaker than everything else. Yeah, with Thieves' Tool, we can maybe go black-green, maybe ramping for Inferno. Azariel is really powerful, though, so I'm just kind of tempted. I don't know. We really don't seem... Red just did seem pretty horrendous in the last pack. I'll take Grim Bounty. Yeah, maybe we just go black-green, or even if we end up red-black, it's still fine. I think I'll take a second Grim Bounty then. Also Targnar in this pack, but we'll just take a million Grim Bounties and splash for our Inferno. As we get past Kalane out of nowhere, Reclusive Painter. I mean, might just be Hobgoblin Captains, otherwise we might have to abandon our whole first pack to force this random black-red treasures deck, which might still be worth it, honestly. I mean, I do miss out on Hobgoblin Captain if green is still open, but it's not. But I think we're going to be in black-green anyway, so yeah, let's just take Clean. Clean is fun. And then we can take a Yuan-Ti Fangblade as a 3-mana 3/3 Death Touch. This can be also fine if we're more aggressive. But Yuan-Ti's nice. There's also Dual Land if we want to move back into green, but we're just going to force black-red treasures. When in doubt, just force it. That's what they say. We have enough 4s. Don't know about Clattering Skeleton. You see a pair of Goblins can be okay. Can make us 2 1/1 Goblin tokens. This is also an okay top-end card. I'll take a random UC a pair of Goblins. Could be fine. And I'll take another Clane. Alright. Warlock class is also nice. Same with Shambling Gas, but yeah, we're just going to do black-red again. We're just going to punish this bot for, these bots for doing this to us. I actually think Shambling Gas might be better than Hard Hexblade. I know this draws us a card and is a 2/2. But the Shambling Gas is just so important to get out early. Also makes a treasure token. I think I'm just going to take it here. And then Vampire Spawn is a nice 3-drop to have access to. Also wouldn't mind Zombie Ogre. But we'll take this instead. And then, do I take my Hard Hexblade now? I guess there's also Face Reversal. Hexblade gives me a fine 2-drop. We can draw a treasure if we stack and cast it with it. Face Reversal is fine. It's pretty cool if we can bring back some of our key creatures. But I think Hard Hexblade can give me the extra 2-drop I need for this deck. And then maybe Manticore. Not sure. Alright, can take another one. If we're tapping out on turn 4 for Grim Bounty, I highly doubt we want Clattering Skeleton. Let's just take another Hard Hexblade. Alright, we'll take a Skeleton anyways if we need filler. Alright, Black-Red was really open for my right-hand side for some reason. And then now we can take a nice top-end flyer like Black Dragon that can kill a small creature when it ETBs. Grandmaster Flowers is a cool card you could always first pick in the draft. Getting to 7 is not the easiest, but once you do, it's just you just win the game almost. But we'll take a Black Dragon. Play all the dragons. This pack sucks. Do we just take the rare? I think we do. Otherwise, Eyes is just really expensive removal. Yeah, I mean, I think we're back at it again. Green is just open for my right-hand side, and we're getting no black-red cards. Take a random Sepulchre Ghoul. No price of loyalty, but it can sometimes stack a pair of Goblins or Shambling Gas. Deadly Dispute is nice, and Plundering Barbarian as well. Yeah, it's probably Plundering Barbarian. Not sure. It's nice drawing some cards with Deadly Dispute, honestly. We have 3 Grim Bounties to maybe kill something. Ray can be hit or miss sometimes. But we do need like a Barbarian, I think, on 3. Helps us ramp. Deal with opposing artifacts, and it's a creature, so I'll take it over Deadly Dispute. Even though I think Deadly Dispute is better, and I don't hate Rust Monster, since if we're going to be making treasure tokens, this is going to be difficult to block. And then could use a random Earth Cult Elemental as another top-end finisher. And can take another Yuan-Ti, that could be fine. 3-mana 2/2 Death Touch is never bad. And ooh, Hoarding Ochre, finally we got one. Alright, I guess we forced it enough that the bots decided not to fight us for it. And that's what you have to do. Don't think I need Unexpected Windfall. It's kind of cute though, but I like double Shambling Gas with double Sepulchre Ghoul. So therefore the ghouls don't become useless anymore. They can actually have some utility. Ooh, Deadly Dispute. Alright. I could even run 17 lands just for the sake of it. Because we do have some top end, I understand, but I mean 16 lands, but we have so much treasures and ramp that I think we can afford to go down 16 lands. And I do like Deadly Dispute a lot, so we can even sacrifice the ghoul on turn 2 with Deadly Dispute. But yeah, this is kind of how you want to draft Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Essentially just almost force red, black for the most part. But the other good decks would be like white-green Lifegain, red-green aggro, pack tactics. Red-white equips can sometimes come together, but it's also kind of a hit-or-miss type of deck. I could also just cut UC a pair of Goblins. It's okay. Like 17's lands just keeps us consistent. We have Dispute to draw us cards. Maybe Hard Hexblades can replace themselves. Yeah, this card's just okay. It's not bad with the Shambling Sepulchre Ghouls though. And as of recently, I've been actually been flooding out a lot in my games of Magic. So, do we actually just go down a mountain? I mean, if we go 17 lands and we go this, it's actually not bad. If you think about it. Since our treasures can help us fix already. It's probably still just 17 lands to be safe. I just have a feeling that we're going to end up with so much lands in some of these matches, we just don't have much to do with it, since we also just have a ton of... We have most of our stuff is cheap, and then we can easily ramp into some of these big boys here. Yeah, I'm going to run 16 and risk it. 16 landers, 2 6-drops and a 7-drop, why not? I believe in this. Maybe I'm crazy. I think I'm crazy, maybe. Yeah, I'm crazy. Let's just go 10-7. That's just too much. Let's do this. Force Rakdos. AFR always force Rakdos. That's the game plan. Opening hand. Yeah, let's try it. We can ramp into Black Dragon. Funny thing is that Black Red is also the color combination that splashes the best in this format. The problem with green is that green is usually the color of fixing and yeah, the color of fixing and doing multicolor stuff. But in this format, it's more about it's black red since you have treasures to fix and all this sacrifice stuff going on. So I'm fine attacking for 2, and then we can play Ghoul and then decide whether or not we want to. Do I want to use treasure here? Not really. Let's just play this out regularly because I do need to ramp into my Black Dragon. And then once we can get enough treasures and cast this, it's going to be a big flyer and a huge tempo swing. Next turn, I could always play Thieves' Tool. If I get land, I can equip and start attacking. Valor Stinger's fine. I can always just kill this too if I get another land. We'll see. Hard Hexblade. Well, Hard Hexblade isn't the worst. So if I Thieves' Tool and cast Hard Hexblade, I guess that would make the most sense, since I'll be able to cast 2 spells. Or actually, I can still do it anyways. Let's just stick a treasure in. We still get to draw a card, so it's not the worst. And we still get to run out the Thieves' Tools and take it from there. Say go. The question is, I can also block this 2/3 with the 3/3 to just get out of the way. But then, if he's missing his colors, then we can just kind of outrace him if the opponent is too careful. But this passive ability can really add up. But this is also a cool creature to equip Thieves' Tool onto. And the Rust Monster can also just sack treasures to, or artifacts to give it first strike. Not sure here. I think I go for the block. Yeah, just trade it off so we don't get run over. And because we have kind of like the late game covered with the removal spells and then Black Dragon. And we still drew a card off of that, so that was fine. Klain, his own Klain, alright? I might actually want to Grim Bounty that, funny enough. I mean, it really depends on how many other treasures he makes. So we'll see what the opponent does here. If I attack with the Ghoul, the question is, do I sack Kalane? Probably not. I'm fine with the trade here with the Kalane as well, so then he doesn't get to get any large creatures, so we'll say go. Finally get our land drop. Let's move to combat. Attack for 2, and then play out Rust Monster. Again, I'm fine if this trade happens. Play the Rust Monster, and without using our treasure, of course. And then say go. So we have 5 treasures. Unfortunately, we might have to use black mana from the Grim Bounty to kill something, but it will at least replace itself and make another treasure. Warlock class is okay. He still needs black mana to activate it, so he might need to use a treasure. He might try to use it to find black mana, actually. I can equip on the Sepulchre Ghoul and attack with both. And start getting more aggressive. Yeah, he's going to use this to find his swamp, I have to imagine. So at the beginning of his end step, if a creature dies, I lose a life. The 7-mana activate ability is also powerful, but it's going to take a while to get there. And alright, he might not have found the swamp, unfortunately, so I guess it's just bad luck. Another hard Hexblade, okay. We'll just keep drawing and making 3/3s all day. Wanty could be decent. Yeah, I'll swing the Sepulchre Ghoul now that I have Wanty and Rust Monster that I can make cheap. It's fine, and hope he doesn't have like a magic missile to blow me out or anything. So we might never cast Black Dragon in this game, but hey, at least we drew some cards and the opponent's behind. Ooh, Skullport Merchant. I might want to kill that. I can still swing in Wanty Fangblade because it has tough Death Touch. Plays his own hard Hexblade, which can also trade off here. And draw him a card, so that's not bad. So I might want to start making my creatures unblockable and attacking. Okay, I guess it's time to start making things unblockable, and I could just go for the Wanty here, and then maybe go into Tomb of Annihilation to be annoying, or just attack for 3. I think we go for Wanty, and then we can start venturing with Wanty. And then I do want to be in Tomb of Annihilation. Eventually, if I complete it, I do get a 4/4, so let's start being aggressive since the opponent's kind of low on life. And in a way, that's almost like attacking with a hard Hexblade. If he kills Wanty, I can move the equipment around. But hey, we're missing our double blacks, so... Alright, Grim Bounty's my Wanty, fair enough. I guess I can stack it in response to deny him a treasure. So that's nice. Another Grim Bounty that we can't cast. Yeah. So this is now a 3-turn clock. And if he kills this, I can still sack it. I can always just keep moving my equipment around and taking it from there. Grim Bounty again, we'll sack it, and then prevent him from, again, making that treasure. The fact that Sepulchre Ghoul is acting at instant speed and preventing the opponent from making treasures is quite nice. If he attacks with a hard Hexblade, question is, do I block it? I might be too low on creatures if that's the case. Another red source. Alright. We're never going to cast this. Unrust Monster isn't bad the next turn. So I can attack, and then before he blocks, I can always just sack the treasure to kill him. So let's just do this. And then next turn we can get him for lethal, assuming he doesn't have anything, so we'll say go. And then if he tries to kill this again, we can just fizzle the Grim Bounty. I'm hoping I can maybe make a treasure though. A second one. I guess I'm taking 3. I should be fine since the opponent's behind, and we have some lethal threats next turn. Herald, that might be too slow. So yeah, let's just say go. I guess I need to hold full control and wait before after blockers before I do anything here. I guess I can move my Thieves tool to the Sepulchre Ghoul just to be safe. So let's wait until after blockers. So, oops. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I guess he can respond. Not sure how this works. I'm kind of dumb. So he can activate the Herald to drain me end of turn. I guess I can cast You See a Pair of Goblins and maybe do something about, or I can block. I don't know. I'm kind of misreading everything here. So he can activate this once to stabilize, I think. I mean, he needs a high roll here, right? So if he doesn't, he's gonna lose. So let's just make a bunch of goblins. Hold full control. Alright, let's move the combat. Attack. Declare blockers. And then if he doesn't block, then I guess I can do this. And that should be game. Or am I wrong? I don't know. Because this is after block step, right? Oh, never mind. This is like before blocks. Am I incorrect? I mean... Oh, darn. That's a good one. Oh, yeah. That's 4 damage. Okay, yeah. I just need to wait for him to declare no block. I mean, wait for the part where I don't declare blocks to sacrifice a creature and kill him, so... Need to make sure I don't click so fast and I'm actually going through the phases correctly. that was a interesting game. So I might want to run 17 lands now after seeing those results. I mean, I'm still making treasures, right? But I could have been in a really bad spot if I didn't get my second swamp in time, and I didn't even get my second swamp. So I don't know, maybe one more game, and if the results are still bad and weird, then might need to add the extra land for the deck. Alright, Reclusive Painter, this is good. Probably gonna play Painter, get my Hard Hexblade draw card. Wanty Fangblade is also interesting. But next turn we can play 3/3 Hard Hexblade along with Sepulchre Ghoul. Spike Pit Trap, alright, that's fine. Alright, so let's see. I could destroy the Spike Pit Trap for funsies, but I think we just want to get the Hard Hexblade out with Klein before she dies, and the opponent has removal. And then we can just play the Sepulchre Ghoul and attack for 1. And then we don't have to kill this now. We can kill this once he gets close to 5 mana. Displacer Beast is okay. I'm fine trading Hard Hexblade for it, because we have some decent follow-ups. I could Grim Bounty this, but it seems kind of underwhelming when I can just replace it with another creature. So I'll probably see the trade here. Fine letting it happen. And then we'll play Wanty Fangblade, I think, and then next turn we can go for the destroy Spike Pit Trap. Opponent's going multicolor here. So Grixis, double blue, 1 red, 1 black. Not sure what this is about. I don't think this is a good card to even consider. So it's important to know the set before you play it. Blue-red is not where you want to be. You could see a flash Scion. So let's just move to combat and attack. Yeah, you could flash into 2/1 that taps things down. Pre-combat here. And if he does, the question is, do we want to send Wanty in it? Probably not, but I'm fine sending these 3. He could just flash in now just to trade. And he can't activate the Spike Pit Trap. Right, that's okay. Alright, let's let this happen. Question is, am I fine if Sepulchre Ghoul dies? Maybe. Since the treasure from Kalain pumping up my creatures could be useful. So sure, I don't think I'm gonna be using anything else anytime soon, and we can also scry here. I don't think I want to go into too much Annihilation, since we can even make a treasure. Do I need land? I've been missing my land drops. If I use Grim Bounty next turn... Now, you know what, let's not get a land. Let's be greedy here. Let's just get greedy. And then we can destroy target artifact to get a nice 2-for-1. And then we can make another treasure if we somehow venture with Wanty next turn. Arcane Investigator is okay. Alright, we still got a land anyways. So he can keep activating this once he gets to 6 mana, but I'm fine not attacking with it. Don't want to send in Kalain. Nah, let's just attack for 2. He's probably going to take it, and I can play Vampire Spawn as a follow-up. If he trades, this is also nice. And if he plays 6 mana and does nothing, I might want to Grim Bounty to 2/1 before he can go off with it, maybe. This way I can sneak in a really huge attack. Let's see a removal spell on Wanty Fangblade. And sees as Dragonfire. Okay, fair enough. Fine, trading the 2/2 for the 2/1. Just gotta save this. Just gotta save this for something better. Demolich is kind of interesting. Yeah, I think I killed Demolich. It's kind of cute that he decided to go up to play this, but it's unfortunately, I think, not a great card. And then I think I send in a team. Demolich is going to be hard to cast from the graveyard. So he needs to exile 4 instances and sorceries. 1, 2. He only has 2 in his graveyard, so it's going to be a long way until he actually gets there. So his game plan might be to just activate Arcane Investigator and draw cards now, or just draw a card. So he might just block and activates. If we use a pump effect from You See a Pair of Goblins, is he dead? You only draw one card. Let's see. Let's move the combat, attack. And if it doesn't block, he's just dead here. So if he blocks, what happens? This is 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me see. 4, 5, 6, 7, so he's just dead. Alright. So, moral of the story, don't draft blue. Don't try any creative things in this format. It's not about creativity, it's about raw power and black-red treasures. Alright, we're doing it. Hey, but this time maybe we can ramp out Inferno. Unfortunately, Clane does follow the legendary rules, so I won't be able to double spell with Clane. Hopefully get a ghoul along with Shambling Gas and another blue drafter. We get to punish these blue players and their silly ideas. So he can pay 4 mana to make this unblockable, but that's going to take a long time. I can start attacking with the Shambling Gas as well. Power Word Kill on Kalain, funny enough. I can... Alright, I don't mind drawing a card of Hard Hexblade, actually. As much as I like ramping out, actually let's do this. Let's play Kalain. Play Swamp, and then I think we only use 1 treasure. Come on, stupid lag. That's so dumb. The lag is just so dumb sometimes, okay? And I can still attack with a Shambling Gas for the hell of it, and Sepulchral can also sacrifice the gas to kill the Guild Thief, funny enough, so attack for 1. And if he wants to spend his whole turn just using Guild Thief, that's fine. I should be able to outrace, and I even have a Grim Bounty. So, do you want to attack first? I guess we want to play out Sepulchral here first. And Bardigate, that's cute. Very cute opponent. But I'm just going to attack. Do I keep this back? Nah, let's keep Kalain back. And I'm fine with the trade here. We can make a treasure. And I can play another Shambling Gas here. And then I can eventually get the 6 for Inferno. Black Dragon, however, it's going to be a little bit more pricey, I hate to say it. I guess he can get back Power Word Kill, which is kind of cute. And he low rolls, so he has to put it on top of his library, unfortunately. I could play Ghoul, I could attack. I mean, I could attack, and I could just play Ghoul here. And then if he blocks with a Hard Hexblade, I can give this -1/-1, so in a sense I can still free roll him without much worry. He decides to do that. Okay, sure. Not sure if that was correct from the opponent. I'm fine if he Power Word kills my Ghoul. And then if I get land, I might just throw out this Inferno for the hell of it. But opponent realizes he probably doesn't want to use the removal spell and just a Ghoul. We'll see. Let's move the combat. I could play Thieves' Tool first, but then he's going to answer like Hard Hexblade. And if he does, then I guess I can sacrifice Sepulchral to it in order to make it into a 4/3. If he's target Kalain's, I can just sack it in response. And we can punch it for 7, which is a lot of damage. And then we can even maybe play out Black Dragon next turn if we get a land. We'll see. Since this is more expensive, we want to get the more expensive creature out first. Split the party, choose target creature, return half the creatures they control to their owner's hand, rounded up. Sure. Probably wants to return Sepulchral. We could just run Inferno. Yeah, let's just run Inferno and then attack, I guess, and we should have maybe 2 more lands into Black Dragon, but yeah, good luck beating Inferno if there's Star Mounds. So, easy way to just grind the Mythic, just do Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, draft all the Dragon Fires and Grim Bounties that you can see, force Black-Red, and take it from there. And if you can't force Black-Red, go Green-White, Red-Green, or just some sort of red-based aggro deck with a bunch of equipment so you can cheese the opponent out, and that's pretty much it. Not a set that's too difficult to understand, and just avoid blue unless you have no choice, but unless you open up like a Mordenkainen or Imareth or Mind Flayer, then if you're base blue, at least just try to play a few blue cards, and then the rest of them just make sure they're just good cards in your primary color. Unfortunately, the loading is taking forever for some reason. Don't know what's happening with the client. All right, 3-0. Let's keep up the bullcrap decks. I might do one more Adventures in the Forgotten Realms once this is over. Alright, Thieves Tool, sure. Might just want to use a treasure to draw a card with Hexblade, though. And why does everyone want to play blue in this format? Don't people get it? It doesn't work, guys. It's a joke, it's a trap. I might not actually want to use a treasure for hard Hexblade, actually. Maybe we just want to ramp out Inferno. I could just run this as a random 2-2. Yeah, I probably need to run this as a 2-2 to at least block the Guild Thief from being aggressive with us, so we'll just run this out. Eventually he can pay 4 mana to make this unblockable, but if he wants to sink all his mana, be my guess, and then we just need to put up enough blockers to survive against these deal DPS sort of creatures. And then we can turn 4 Thieves, and then hopefully run out Inferno or run out Earth Cult Elemental in case we think he has a lot of removal. Interesting attack. I don't think he realizes this as first strike, but I think we go for it here. But he does realize, okay. He does know the trick, alright. So we probably just need to, this is rough. Alright, Wanty Fangblade is pretty decent. Although, if I play Wanty, I won't be able to ramp out my 6-drop, but he gets to draw a card, which is pretty bad, so I think we just run it out regardless. So go. Opponent can equip onto the Silver Raven, which could be a problem, so we might need whatchamacallit, a way to deal with this, or at least try to race. Yeah, we need like a Grim Bounty here. No Grim Bounty. We can play a random 4-drop. I can attack for 2 and Venture. If I Venture, I can maybe Scry for a Grim Bounty, because even if I ramp into my 6-drop, this is going to become a problem, so I think I actually actively attack here. And then if he doesn't block, the Clattering Skeleton can still trade off for the 3-4 Adventure, so... yeah, let's Scry one. Use the Paragoblins is not going to do it. Shiny Windseer is a good one, so we could just die to a million flyers, and that's not great. The Great Axe got cheesed out by it, so if I find removal, I need to kill the Shiny Windseer over the Silver Raven. What does this do? Interesting card. You may choose not to untap it. Another non-token artifact you control becomes a 4-4, so he can make his equipment to a 4-4. That's kind of cute. So we definitely want to maybe make a treasure here to get our Inferno out. If I Scry again, what happens? I can make a creature -4/-0, which isn't bad, so... yeah, let's move to combat, attack with my 2-2. I'm fine if he chumps. Alright, so now we can play land, play Inferno, and hope this helps us stabilize. He probably he probably has a game here if he figures out the math. Makes it into a 4-4. I'm fine with. Okay, so it's an 8-4, so I have to block this. That sucks. I think the only way out was maybe I could connect and take it from there. So I have to block the 8-4. So if I attack, I can make this into a -4, -0. Playing isn't bad, so let's move to combat. I still need to keep the 2-2 back. And then, yeah, we want to give this -4, -0 so he doesn't kill us. And then play maybe Earth Cult Elemental. Fine sacrificing a land. But I'm dead next turn if I don't find a removal spell for Ginny Windseer. He can equip, but I should still be alive. Down to 3. I guess he can make this into a 4-4. And ooh, I guess he can. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the opponent did here. Black Dragon isn't bad. Although I can't really play it. So I think the only out is to maybe venture with Wanty Fangblade and hope it doesn't get answered. So I can draw a card, and maybe if I play land, I can still chump the Ginny Windseer for a turn. So I just have to hope I get lucky here, so let's go. Or at least a removal spell, a land. Land is nice, so now we can play land, run out our Black Dragon, and then we can still block and stay alive. Assuming he doesn't have a counterspell, but he does, so good games. I mean, he would need another land, actually, to equip the Great Axe, so I'm hoping he misses. Or I guess he can use Black Staff to make this into a 4-4. So, alright. Didn't expect to get cheesed out by Great Axe, but it happens. So, we can only hope he misplays here. If he doesn't have a land, I mean, I think that's what he did last turn. He turned this into a 4-4, but it doesn't really enhance the creature. Okay, he's going to bounce, tap the creature. Interesting. Okay, I guess he can just make that into a 4-4. Alright, makes sense. Alright. Good games. Don't think I had an out there, but exact with the venture, and maybe use the flyer as a chump blocker. So, alright. Cheesed out by a blue deck. Happens. If he didn't have the counter spell, I could have easily chump blocked and then forced him to stay back, maybe, and then just killed him with the Earth Cult Elemental, and even Wanty would have been able to maybe venture a bit again. Not sure what I would have ventured into, maybe Tomb of Annihilation, but yeah. Great Axe steals the game. I mean, a single Grim Bounty would have done the job, honestly, since I could have easily just left back a blocker to deal with the 4-4 equipment, so it was just bad luck. Like usual, with triple Grim Bounty, there's no way I shouldn't have one, unless they're like at the bottom of our library, which could happen. And these loading softwares take a million years, so... Alright. Alright, seems okay. No red mana, but we have a Grim Bounty on 4. So just going to lead with Ghoul, and then maybe we can kill something on turn 4 with Bounty and draw a card off of Hired Hexblade. Not sure. So red, so maybe red-black, red-green, who knows, red-black. The typical deck. Spike Pit Trap, okay. Hired Hexblade, a second one, isn't the worst. I still think I want to draw a card off of it, so we'll say go. And maybe Grim Bounty, the next creature they play, and draw a card off of the Hired Hexblade. Decent target. Not the best, but still fine. So you see a pair of goblins, but we just want to get rid of this ASAP and try to dig deeper into our library, so... We can even instant speed you see a pair of goblins last turn. Going to cast Precipitous Drop to deal with this. Yeah, I could have also attacked first, and then I guess use UC a pair of goblins, but now I get to draw a card, which I think it's quite important. Clane is nice. Alright, Clane. And then another Hired Hexblade seems awesome. Just keep drawing cards, using our treasures, hitting our lands, playing our bombs. And a second Clane, if the first one dies, we have a second one, so that's even better. Hoarding Ogre is interesting. I guess I can swing in with the 3/3. If he attacks, he gets to make a treasure, though, which is kind of annoying. I guess I can always double block it, but if he uses a removal spell, that's a problem. Still think we have enough tempo that we can afford to attack for 3. Play out Vampire Spawn, play out Shambling Gas, and still go for maybe a double block, so this is fine. So I can still double block this or triple block, depending on if he plays land or not. Probably just want to double block first. Scaled Herbalist, interesting. Doesn't even consider attacking. Now he attacks, so he won't be able to activate the Spike Pit Trap, so I think it's okay double blocking like this potentially, maybe make another treasure token. I will lose my 2/3, but it's okay, I guess, since this can't attack past the 1/3 anyways. If I double block like this, I'd be giving him more value. Or I can double block like this, but I proactively maybe want the Shambling Gas to make a treasure, so I think we double block like this, and if he has a way to blow me out, I can still make a treasure, or at least finish off the Hoarding Ogre if something goes haywire, but alright, this is fine. If we see a pair of goblins, will we be alright? Sepulchre Ghoul, I guess I can main phase Sepulchre Ghoul and attack with both of these, and if he blocks, I can sacrifice Shambling Ghast. I don't actually hate this. Let's just attack with these two. Opponent blocks here and double blocks, sure. So I can put this in front, and then before damage, I can also just sacrifice the Shambling Ghast to give this neg1, or just let the damage happen and then get through my 2-powered creatures later. Kind of down to just give this neg1, so then the 3-power creature can keep attacking, so this is fine. And we can still stomp them for 3. And we can still attack, maybe sacrifice our Reclaim now, since it's not doing much. And Poe just concedes because he realizes we just have too much pressure. Okay. can Ghoul on 2, and hopefully hit some lands. We'll try it. Would love Kalane on 2, but we can always have Kalane. Ghoul along with You See a Pair of Goblins can be a cute combo too. The opponent might go for the block and we can ambush with You See a Pair of Goblins and then sack and make this into a 4/3 to trade a Goblin pair for a creature. So I don't hate this 2-pair synergy going on here. But we do need to maybe get some treasures going to maybe draw a card with Hired Hexblade, so that's when Hoarding Ogre can come in handy. I've actually played Rangers class. Alright, I think that's just game over, right? Yeah, I don't think you can recover from Rangers class upgrading and then putting 1/1 counters all day. So we probably need to play a creature, block the 2/2 and take it from there. And do I block here? Probably not, because I do want to maybe use the Sepulchre Ghoul for the 4/2 and hope I get a land. No land. Alright, that's rough. Play out my Hexblade, maybe sack it in trade. It's really disappointing if I have to do so, but it is what it is. Since the game doesn't want to give us lands and we just lose the game, that's how it is. So if he attacks with both and only enhances the Druid, then I don't mind just actually blocking the 2/2 and sacrificing my Hard Hexblade with it, so let's do that. And then we might be able to destroy the 5/3 later. And we get the free block here anyways, and hope the opponent doesn't find a disruption spell. Can I draw a fucking land for once? So annoying. I might just have to 2-for-1 myself now. Like, a land would have been great since I could just flash this in, sacrifice, and done things, but now I need to contend with this. Celestial Unicorn. Alright, so do we lose now? I think I need to 2-for-1 myself. Otherwise it becomes a 5/5 that's almost impossible to block. So let's just let everything resolve here. And lose 2 creatures for nothing. And yeah, let's just lose the game, since this is how you lose games of Magic. You just can't draw lands. I'm just done. This is so stupid. Even the hand smoother, like all we needed was 1 land off the top. It's just so easy, come on. This is usually how I lose with good decks. I just don't get my second color, or I miss a single land drop on turn 3. Which is just ridiculous, by the way. You should not get punished running 17 lands. I guess I'm running 16, so never mind. And now I need to wait a million years until the game finally loads back up. Okay, Kalane, turn 2, what we wanted. Could save the treasure for a Hard Hexblade, but We should have enough treasure making here. We should be fine. Ooh, Inferno. Alright. That's looking good. Alright, rip Claim, but we still make a treasure. So, yeah, hopefully we can eventually get to Inferno. And this is a good 3-drop. This card just overperforms. Removal. Alright, I'll make another treasure. This gets me closer to Inferno, so 1 land and I can make Inferno here, which is going to be quite powerful. Oh, there we go. Alright, opponent, ready to see some action. You get to see my pack 1, pick 1. He just concedes. Alright, sweet. That's why we play Black-Red Treasures. No claim, but we have a turn 1, turn 3, turn 4 play. And a turn 2 play, so lucky top decks. Can even stack Shambling Gas for synergy. Like taking out a Sepulchre Goal, why not? Actually, I want to do it on my turn, right, so I can hit in for 4. Almost got a little bit too trigger happy there. Let's just do this now. Just so powerful. And if he tries to target Wanty, I can stack it in response to prevent the adventuring. That's why Sepulchre Goal is one of the top black commons. Great with Price of Loyalty, great with Shambling Cast, and also if the opponent tries to respond to another creature, you can easily just sack and prevent them from getting the bonus from it. So let's keep attacking for 4, keep my 2/1 back now, and then play second Sepulchre Goal. Hobgoblin Captain can block the 4/3. Deadly Dispute could be fine. Deadly Dispute Sepulchre Ghoul isn't the end of the world. But yeah, let's just do that. I need to draw some cards. Alright, that's not good. Guess we can at least trade off the 4-3 and maybe scry. Or at least keep it back and maybe play the Earth Cult Elemental and take it from there. I mean, trading this off isn't the worst. It does trade down, but I get to venture. And, this way there's less blockers for, Earth Cult Elemental. I guess I should have traded first to scry. So, messed that one up. Yeah, I should have traded first and then scry to land to the bottom to improve my draw steps, but Grim Bounty's a nice one. So that way I would have been maybe one card deeper into my library. Horde Robbers, okay. I'm fine if he Horde Robbers and, I mean, he kills my Earth Cult Elemental and decides to attack with Horde Robber, but I guess we have Sepulchre Ghoul to also just respond. And then making him lose a land is huge, so we'll play lands to go. Power Word, alright, I guess I sack it now. That's a good one, alright. So I can still take some hits from the Hoarding Robber. I guess I need to kill Battlecry Goblin now, the card's just too strong. Yeah, let's just get rid of this now. And then we can still use the Rust Monster to give it first strike whenever I sacrifice a artifact, so I'm fine actually saying go here. And then I can keep swinging with the Rust Monster or block the 1-3 and give it first strike. I think I will do it here, but the opponent sees it. You see a pair of Goblins isn't bad, since I can also just sacrifice Sepulchre, some 1/1s to Sepulchre Ghoul, so I can block and ambush Horde Robber if I want to, so this is okay. Maybe he has a removal spell. But we can say go. Land is fine. It comes down to who drops their bomb first. Yeah, I'm fine attacking with both. And then if he blocks the Ghoul, I'll just cast you, see a pair of Goblins, make 2 1/1s, sacrifice the Goblin, and then we can get the Sepulchre Ghoul all the way and crash it for 2. I hope the opponent doesn't drop a large creature. His deck looks really strong too. Multiple vampire spawns, power word kill, yeah. But we were just kind of lucky to have a better start maybe. And better exchanges, so Sepulchre Ghoul, really strong common in black. Okay, 6-2. This is the final boss. I'm just kind of not speaking much because I'm kind of actually bored of this draft, to be honest. It's just so straightforward. Sometimes it's just not even a joke. But who knows? Maybe we can draft White-Green Lifegain next draft. But I'm down for a second one. Just need to make sure I stay alive and don't fall asleep. Right, Clayn on 2. Perfect. perfect, the best 2-drop that you can hope to play in a Treasures deck. Ramping the Chattering Skeleton can be awesome since we'll have a 4-mana 5/4, which is a good stat line to be in. Might be a little bit slow to get the Earth Cold Elemental rolling, but if we get more treasures, that's okay. And more claims, okay? I think I just run out the skeleton with a counter and do it immediately, and then we can eventually just alright, it just comes in with the 5/4, so he can't really respond to it. So yeah, deal with 3-mana 5/4. Rust Monster can't block it profitably. It does have first strike though. I could kill it just to be safe. And by killing, I do get to ramp out the Earth Cold Elemental, so I'm actually just going to do it now. And hope the opponent doesn't drop an insane bomb. Actually, I should have done that main phase, so I can attack at least for once, so a bit of a misplay, but again, I'm falling asleep and tired here. So Clay needs to die, Chattering Skeleton needs to die. It's just such a great uncommon. Magic Missile, sure. Could play second Clay into Vampires, but I think we can do that next turn. Putting out 6/6 right now is just almost game over, so yeah. Enjoy turn 5, have 11 stats on the battlefield while you're at 9 life. Okay, sweet. Alright, we managed to get to 7. So yeah, let's just do one more Adventures in the Forgotten Realms draft. Maybe hit our Mythic rank, or cheat our way into Mythic, since this is kind of the coward's way of getting to Mythic, just grinding quick drafts. And then maybe we can do a final double feature video before Kamigawa Neon Dynasty comes out. But I'm dedicating this video solely on Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, so AFR, always force Rakdos. It's not always true, but you always want to lean towards black-red. Just like Midnight Hunt, you want to lean towards blue-black as much as possible, or blue-white. In this set, you want to lean towards black-red, or be base-red, and maybe end up red-green or red-white. But, yeah. Alright, let's add this to our pool. In front of the Star Mounts. Just an overview, just a black-red deck. No Dragon's Fire, but Triple Grim Bounty was excellent for our removal. And then we just have a bunch of treasure dorks to ramp us into our big Earth Cults, Star Mount or Black Dragon. And we are running 17 lands in this deck. Ooh, never mind. I was actually running an extra card. Alright, I was running 17 lands and extra cards, so I guess I cheated. We ran a 41 card deck as opposed to a 16 or 17 lander. But either way, I felt like 17 lands was still fine. So I think the final cut from this deck would have maybe been maybe Clattering Skeleton, since the UC Paragoblin just synergize so nicely with the Sepulchre Ghouls. So maybe I would have cut the Clattering Skeletons, but yeah, I guess I didn't go 40 cards. We went to 41, so yeah, I might as well rename this deck and then save it. So one moment here. Yeah, 41 card cheap. Maybe I should take in a picture. I don't know. Why am I taking these snapshots of these dumb decks? They're just all... This is AFR. No one drafts this set. It sucks. Why am I focusing so hard? Wait, I need to... Wait, one moment. I need to just take a quick snapshot of this. Okay. Alright, I took a couple snapshots. That should be fine. Alright, let's claim our prize. And just do one more AFR and then maybe hit Mythic. Cheat our way into Mythic, quote-unquote, and then do one final double feature video before Neon Dynasty comes out. So, come on game, hurry up. The software program's also kind of frozen for some reason. It's been taking a lot longer to load for, I don't know if it's because I'm playing for so long or there's just stuff in the background. But let's do another final quick draft Forgotten Realms, maybe hit Mythic and do double feature. So what do we have here? Pack one, pick one, bot draft. Always force Rakdos. We opened up a fine rare. It does keep us monocolor. If the opponent controls more lands, you get to search out planes, which isn't bad. There's Cleric class and Trellisara, which both stand out as great uncommons, especially for the white-green Lifegain deck where these two are going to be at home. And then at common, not much. I think maybe Trellisara and Cleric class are enough stronger than Loyal Warhound that it's fine maybe moving into a certain direction here as opposed to just taking a fine 2-mana 3-1 that draws us a plains. Definitely keeps us more flexible in case we end up like black-white or white-red, but I don't even like those decks if I end up in whites. If I end up in white, I mostly just want to force white-green, so between both Cleric class and Trellisara, which one do I take? Cleric class it is a little bit more of an expensive mana sink for the most part. You need to really get to level 2 to start going off with this, and then level 3 is really powerful because you can just reanimate a creature and gain it life and put a counter somewhere. So it takes a little bit more time, whereas Trellisara is just a powerful 2-drop. You can play it early and then just gain a life immediately to put a 1-1 counter in Scry. And Scry is no joke. It also helps you fix your draw steps and find your playables in the late game or hit your land drops in the early game or whatever you want in the early game. So I'm kind of liking Trellisara here, and either way, if I'm taking Cleric class, I want to be in white-green. In fact, if I'm drafting white, of course, you just want to be in white-green at the end of the day, so I'll take Trellisara. I think it's not the most flexible, but has the most power. And the white-green Lifegain deck, I think, is number 2 on my radar in terms of power level. Okay, interesting options here. We have Chaos Channeler as an excellent 4-drop in the red decks. Whenever it attacks, you can just draw a bunch of cards, and that's just quite powerful. There's also Hobgoblin Captain as a good 2-drop that we could even take if we are afraid that we can't get to turn 4 with Chaos Channeler. The white and green cards are just mediocre enough. I'm fine maybe abandoning Trellisara and then moving into red here. If I end up red-black, I don't like the Hobgoblin Captain as much as I would like in a red-green or a red-white deck. Since, I mean, this is a solid 2-drop, and 2-drops are important, but in red-black, I just end up taking Sepulchre Ghouls anyways. So I'm not sure here. These are both kind of close. I think I still take Chaos Channeler, has the highest upside, and then I can always maybe find an early 2-drop or some sort of removal spell that's cheap to deal with the opponent's threats. And then once Chaos Channeler gets in 1 or 2 attacks, it can just snowball. So let's take Chaos Channeler. Alright, Spoils of the Hunt is good, same with Steadfast Paladin, same with Plate Armor. So if we want to stick with red, there's a random Swarming Goblins, which is okay. Fine 5-drop, but not not that powerful. I think if we want to stick with the white-green Lifegain, I think I have Steadfast Paladin higher than Spoils. Usually the green removal is, I do have it slightly lower than spot removal spells and quality creatures, because the problem with green removal spells is that you need a creature on the battlefield with enough power to kill something, and then it can be kind of awkward when you don't. So I think it's just important to have 2-drops in the white-green Lifegain deck, especially ones that have lifelink, and this is quite powerful. Plate Armor, best in red-white. Still playable in white-green, but I don't think it's necessary, so we'll take a Paladin here. Maybe we just move back into white-green or white-red. These are also, Horde Robber is also fine, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be in a Treasures deck. Ooh, Owlbear here versus Hoarding Ogre, I think has to be the options. This is just the best 5-drop in the game, period, since it just draws you a card, ETBs. Hoarding Ogre is one of the best 4-drops, and if not the best 4-drop at common for the Black-Red Treasures deck. Given the fact I just took Paladin, and I'm seeing some powerful white and green cards here, I think we're just going to stick with our black-white-green Lifegain theme and take Owlbear here. And even if I end up white-red, I don't really like Hoarding Ogre as much as I would like in the Black-Red Treasures deck that we just drafted. So Owlbear seems great. And, ooh, Priest of Ancient Lore. Alright, we're definitely doing it here. The best white common, gains you life, draws a card. Creature that can trade off for a 2-drop. Does trade down, but the fact that it draws a card is quite nice. Taking over Heal Giant Hurt Gorger, which is also an amazing common to have in this white-green Lifegain deck, since white-green isn't always aggressive. It's kind of mid-rangey that you can afford to have a big 6-drop in it, but definitely taking Priest over it, since it's just cheaper to cast and really powerful. And then there's Sylvan Shepherd, which I do like in the Lifegain deck. Price Loyalty for Black-Red Treasures. Alright, I mean, there's also Arboreal Pegasus, but I feel like if we're going to be white-green, we just want to maximize as much life gain as possible, and Sylvan Shepherd is a fine way to do so. And then we can even pick up Inspiring Bards on 4, which can also gain life instead of the Pegasus. I don't know, it could be reasonable taking Arboreal Pegasus, actually. Like, sometimes you need some sort of flyer to close out the game. And we might just have enough life gain. We don't need the extra life gain from Sylvan Shepherd, and we can just again diversify, have a different angle of attack in our white-green mid-range deck, or a card that does something unique, which can actually help us steal the game. Like, imagine if we end up in the board stall, we could use Pegasus to fly over like Paladin or Owlbear to get in a decent attack to maybe trigger life gain or win the game or deal a ton of damage, and it's also 2/3 flyer. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're just gonna have enough life gain even in white green, enough steadfast paladins, priests. I don't need a random 3-drop that gains life whenever it's forced to attack. And it's not even that great since it does need to attack to gain life. It can be kind of awkward if the opponent has a good blocker. So we'll take the Pegasus, actually. Just had to reconsider for a moment there. And then nothing else amazing here. The best cards are like Hobgoblin Captain, Vampire Spawn. Wild Shape can be a way to give a creature hexproof, I guess, and Reach. I guess it can give a creature hexproof. I don't really care about the 1/5 Reach and the 3/3 Trample. There's a chance we can still end up red-white, I guess, so I might as well take Hobgoblin Captain, since we have Chaos Channeler in the sideboard, so. And this is like one of the best 2-drops in the white aggressive deck. White-red aggro. Okay, this is an interesting pack. Cloister Gargoyle can reward us if we venture 1,000,000 times, or if we can venture and finish it immediately, and it can become a 3/4 flyer, which is quite powerful. So usually some decks can have a minor venturing sub-theme, and if you venture buffing nothing complete it, you're mostly likely going to get some nice bonuses, and for the most part, you want to venture into Isle of Pandelver because it's the fastest, or if you're ahead in the race, you can go into Tomb of Annihilation. Very rarely in a deck where it's not 100% prioritized in focusing on venturing, do you want to end up go to the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Otherwise, we have some fine 4-drops here. Veteran Dungeoneer can also venture and gain us a life to trigger life gain. Half-Elf Monk can be fine if we are lacking a bit of removal and interaction. The Mace is kind of clunky. I'd rather take the creature. Given the fact that this is a 3-drop, I guess, and we can still venture and gain a life, I'll take it. This takes a little bit more work to get going, but we could have this venture sub-theme in the deck, which will eventually we can eventually complete a dungeon, and this will become a 3/4 flyer, which seems better than a 3/4 that ventures once, which we can always pick up later. So we'll try to Cloister Gargoyle, maybe fit in the venture theme, and yeah, we can just throw in a random Neverwinter Dryad if we need to ramp. If we pick up 1,000,000 6-drops, it's never a wrong card to play this on turn 1 and then sacrifice it on turn 2. Bull Strength is pretty good if we're lacking removal, a way to punch through, and also untaps a creature, so you can also use this as a blocking combat trick. So Bull Strength is decent. And then both of these cards are just kind of whatever. I don't even like Bulette in white-green. Just take a Loathsome Troll, probably not going to play it. And then just take a random 2-drop. I actually lost a game to Great Axe, funny enough, in the previous draft. I think it was like a blue-white evasive deck, and he managed to equip for 5 and smack me for 4 in his lot. I'll just take the 2-drop here. I highly doubt we're gonna play it though. and I'll just take a Bullet or maybe Plummet as a random card. If it was best out of 3, it would be nice to have access to Plummet. But yeah, white-green seems fairly open in our first pack. We just need more life gain payoffs. Maybe if we're going to throw in the Venture sub-theme, we need more Minor Waste Venture, but we'll see. Portable Hole isn't bad. Ooh, Wandering Troubadour, though, and Owlbear. Okay. Very interesting here. Portable Hole gives us some cheap interaction. Wandering Troubadour can make it so that the Cloister Gargoyle actually becomes a playable card. And this just ventures every turn you play a land, so it's quite powerful. And then Owlbear can draw us a card when at ETB, so it's also great. To a lesser extent, there's also Minimus Containment as a fine one of if you're lacking removal, but not a card you want to play early. Best card in this pack is by far Grim Bounty. I might just take a Wandering Troubadour here. It's not too different from Owlbear, assuming you can venture a million times. This can maybe provide a little bit more value. It's still a 4-drop we can play over a 5-drop. Portable Hole is fine, but it targets only CMC 2 or less. So we kind of have to get lucky and hope we wheel this. But if we have a bunch of 2-drops, we might not need to take the Portable Hole as lightly. It does answer problematic like enchantments, really, but I think if we want to do this whole Minor Venture theme, I don't mind Wandering Troubadour. It's a cool card. Let's take it. And Power Word Kill, and You Hear Something on Watch. Minimus Containment's here too. I think I have You Hear Something on Watch higher than Minimus Containments. I highly doubt we're going to be in black anytime soon, but this wouldn't be a bad removal spell to splash for if you know what you're doing. Usually the color to splash in this format is black-red because you have all the treasures available and stuff. But since we're going white-green, You Hear Something on Watch is a nice spell. You can use it defensively to prevent the opponent from racing you by dealing 5 damage to your attacking creature, or use it offensively if you're going wide as a pump trick that can catch them off guard. Seems better than Minimus Containment, which I've been kind of down on. I don't like to cast this card early since it can just give the opponent fixing and ramp, but in the late game it's okay, but I'm still going to take You Hear Something on Watch over it. Ranger's Hawk can also have a bit of a venture theme, but the fact that you need to tap a creature is really bad. Alright, that's a nice gift. White Dragon gives us a good top-end card, evades the threats. Hopefully we don't end up with a million Hill Giant Herd Gorgers, but yeah, nice finisher. Keeps a creature tapped. Potion of Healing is also cool, same with You Hear Something on Watch, but we'll take a White Dragon. And now we can take a Veteran Dungeoneer as a good 4-drop. Just some really solid stats, and just a really good blocker, good attacker, and also ventures, so don't hate it. Funny enough, we aren't seeing a lot of life game payoffs, so we could actually backdoor into some sort of venture deck in white-green, funny enough. So, who knows? Hopefully I pick up some Celestial Unicorns or another Trellisara later, or even a Cleric class, we'll see. Alright, nothing much exciting here. Could consider Moonblessed Cleric if I pick up an enchantment that I want to put on top of my library. There's a few busted ones in white and green. The Paladin class and the Rangers class are both the best, I think, when it comes to mind. Seems a lot better than everything else. So now we finally reach a bad pack. Best cards. I actually like Vampire Spawn, check for traps. Highly doubt we need Scout Herbalist, but I'll still take it here. Is there a chance we also end up maybe black-whites? Who knows? Or white-red? I guess Valor Stinger would be okay. I mean, we have a couple of red cards in the sideboard, so we might as well take it for now. But black does seem very open for my right-hand side. Oh, yep. Steadfast Paladin. Nice. 2-drop. Also a Mind-Inspiring Bard, since we can gain life with the second ability, but gonna take more good 2-drops. And I don't actually hate a copy of Dawnbringer Cleric in these decks, just as a way to maybe interact with an enchantment, and even then it gains us life, so solid to have one copy. Ooh, Portable Hole even wheel. Wow, that's a gift. Yeah, Portable Hole is great. And we are lacking some removal, no spoils of the hunt, and I don't want to play Minimus Containment as highly, but having a Portable Hole is great, so yeah, easy card. And I could consider Ranger's Hawk here in case we have focus on venturing, but it's just not a great card. It's solid in white-red if you can equip something onto it and start attacking, but you don't really want to tap it in another creature just to venture. Either way, I already have a Neverwinter Dryad, so we'll take this. And then I might actually take Potion of Healing here. Although, again, the same argument goes. We are going to have enough life gain in this deck. We don't have that many life gain payoffs, so might not need this. Underdark Basilisk might be more important since that can allow us to maybe play a more defensive game if we pick up some more top-end creatures, and helps us play control a little bit better. And white-green is not necessarily the most aggressive either, so we'll take the Underdark Basilisk here. And I don't mind Divine Smite, could even main deck it, funny enough, because we can use this to phase a creature if something happens, and we can even exile if it's black, and black-red treasures is one of the more popular archetypes, so I'll put it in a sideboard for now. But could also be main deckable, and I'll take a Gloomstalker. It's a payoff for venturing, but it's not a very good one. It just gets blocked by a 3/3 all day, so it's not a card I'm too high on. So hopefully next pack we can round everything up. This pack, white, black, look like the two most open colors from what I've seen so far. But we still took some really good white cards out of that pack, to be honest. So I don't feel like we took the wrong approach, and this is a good gift. Werewolf Pack Leader. Not the easiest to cast, but if you can enable pack tactics, hey, you draw a card. So that's nice, and then it even has the activated ability at instant speed, make it into a 5/3 with trample if you want to. So yeah, this is great. Alternatively, wouldn't mind a random like Null Hunter, or even another Arboreal Pegasus to help us fly over. But yeah, Werewolf Pack Leader is great. I think I would take it over Burning Hands Pack 1, pick 1. Green and white are just two solid colors. They aren't the best two colors like red and black, but they're actually still really good colors. I think they're just slightly worse than red and black, but not by much. And Priest of Ancient Lore is a gift. Since we have double Paladins already, we just want to draw cards and gain life all day. Ooh, another Trelsara. Finally, we get another Lifegain payoff. Perfect. So now we're getting well rewarded for knowing how to draft. There's also Grim Bounty in this pack. And yeah, we'll take our Hill Giant Herdgorger finally. Also wouldn't mind another Veteran Dungeoneer to make it easier for our Cloister Gargoyle to get there. We might not play this though, not sure. It's just, let's just say we never complete the dungeon. What happens? Well, it's just a 0/4 blocker, I guess, which isn't the worst. But I'm still going to take Hill Giant Herdgorger here. This is the king of stats, and we could use a good 6-drop. Another good 6-drop, I mean. And we'll take the Veteran Dungeoneer now over Sylvan Shepherd as a good body, and now this can improve the Cloister Gargoyle at least a little bit more substantially. Yeah, and then same argument, we have enough life gain going. The 2/3's kind of 3-mana 2/3's okay, but enough life gain that we're fine. We'd rather have stuff that enters the battlefield and gain life immediately instead of having to attack. So I'll take the Dungeoneer. Seems like a better card. Ooh, another Hill Giant Herdgorger. Perfect. So we can round out some top end and maybe even run Neverwinter Dryad now with these 6-drops. Also, Potion of Healing, Dual Land, Elderguard Ranger are all okay, but it doesn't beat Hill Giant Herdgorger. And then, ooh, Inspiring Bard could be cool too. There's another Bull Strength. Choose Your Weapon is kind of whatever. Bard can be kind of cool. Not sure if I need it, but I'll put it in sideboard. And then a random 3-drop wouldn't be bad. Direwolf Prowler could be okay. Over to Basilisk, and I can take my Potion of Healing now, in case I need to just trigger life gain. So yeah, a bunch of random cards. I'm not sure how I want to round out the deck. I'm for sure happy to play all of these cards, but the final cards could be definitely something maybe like a 3-drop to help fill the curve, or just a minor thing. The final 2 cards, that is. So let's take a look at this deck. So the late game is covered. 1 Owlbear is fine. These 4-drops are all very good. We have 4 3-drops already. The Moonblast Cleric probably is not going to make the cut since we don't have any enchantment cards in this deck. Yeah, if we had like Paladin class or Ranger class, this is a good card, but now I can see myself cutting this. And then Portable Hole is staying. You hear something on Watch is staying. Same with the Pump Trick that we might need to attack past something. So the deck lacks removal for the most part. So yeah, unfortunately didn't see any spoils, but we do have a lot of power to push through. So that can be very good. And then if we don't have a ton of removal, I could even consider main decking this Divine Smite. Sure, it doesn't kill a creature, But if it's black, it does exile, and then sometimes we just need to get a blocker out of the way, phase them out, and then attack. Also, the instant speed ability to phase a creature is also nice, since they could pump their creature, and then you can just phase them out to prevent a blowout. So, don't actually hate the Divine Smite here. So, what could we use? Maybe an extra 3-drop for the deck, since we have a little slightly more 4s and 3s, and that can be kind of awkward. In terms of 3-drops, there's a Circle the Moon Druid and Direwolf Prowler we could consider. Gloomstalker is, again, the payoff for venturing, but I highly doubt we're going to complete the dungeon that quickly for it, and even then it's kind of underwhelming. So, yeah, I could use an extra 3, and which one do I prefer? The Circle the Moon Druid can help with pack tactics, it's a 4-2 while attacking, and becomes a 2-4 on the opponent's turn. So, it does trade down a bit, I hate to say it. Whereas the Werewolf Prowler, I guess, can come in with haste, and has the nice ability of being activated at times, so it does threaten to pump. So sometimes the opponent might just take the 2 damage because it can threaten to pump. But the fact that you need to sink mana onto this can be kind of problematic, so not sure. Maybe it's still Circle the Moon Druid. I just hate having to sink mana, but this can become a 4-4 at times, which can actually be quite powerful in the late game, funny enough. Like, in the late game, if you need some sort of haste creature, this is okay. So I don't actually hate the Direwolf Prowler. Like, I can see the Prowler being better in the late game, whereas the Circle the Moon Druid being better in the early game as a good blocker, and maybe something that can deal a ton of damage early on. So, funny enough. I mean, once we get Direwolf Prowler on turn 2, we can just keep attacking with it. I mean, on turn 3, we can just keep attacking it and then threaten to pump, so it can become a 4-4 on defense and a 4-4 at combat, and they don't block it, you can just get chip in for 4, whereas Circle can trade down. So I'm actually liking the Direwolf Prowler, even though, this has a static ability and this doesn't. So yeah, in terms of creatures, 18, so we're kind of locked on creatures. Loathsome Trolls, whatever. Like, if you low roll, you put it on top of your library, so that's not what you want. If you high roll, you put in your hand, sure. And you're never going to get to 20, so forget it. Yeah, Basilisk would be cool if we had a fight spell. There's the dagger there's a couple of daggers that I did pass with the Underdark Basilisk. Could even consider throwing in maybe a Neverwinter Dryad just to help us ramp into some of our 6-drops, which isn't wrong. But I think we should have enough early game. We can easily just stabilize and draw into our turn 6 that it's gonna be kind of awkward if we need to, for example, play turn 1 Neverwinter Dryad, turn 2 a creature, and we don't get to sack the Neverwinter Dryad. So I can see this not being in the deck. I could also main deck a Plummets, but that can be situational, so I don't care about that much. Ranger's Hawk is also interesting. We don't have any equipments. It does help us venture, though, and it's a 1-drop. Not sure if that matters. I could just main deck it just to experiment, because the thing is, we already have a good amount of 4s, a good amount of 3s, and then a good amount of 2s. I guess if I have 4 4-drops and 4 3-drops, I might want the extra 3-drop actually. So this is interesting. But again, I also wouldn't mind the Ranger's Hawk 2 in this type of deck. Or I can consider throwing a potion just to cycle and gain life, but we have double Steadfast, Dawnbringer, Priest. We can even try to venture into Mad Mage once, and we also have double Hill Giant Hergorger. So it's not like we're lacking ways to gain life, but maybe we are. Yeah, because if we're going to be venturing, I'm not even sure if we want to go into the Mad Mage, since we're trying to speed run the dungeon to maybe get a giant Cloister Gargoyle. We might actually want to go into Lost Isle of Pandelver instead. Or I can see myself cutting this Gargoyle, funny enough, and then just taking the Circle of the Moon Druid. Definitely a worse card in my opinion than Cloister, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for venture creatures. Yeah, it's not even guaranteed that I finish venturing, honestly. Like, the Wandering Troubadour can die, and if it dies, then my whole venturing game plan falls apart. And then if my whole venturing game plan falls apart, this is just a 0-4 blocker. Or I can take you, find a Curse Idol here, and then just throw in an extra way to maybe venture, make a treasure. Maybe I just cut this. Yeah, I can see myself cutting and just play the other 4-drops since they're just good cards. And then maybe I just throw in a circle, and then if I'm not focused on venturing, I can also just cut a veteran dungeoneer and throw an inspiring bard instead. So yeah, I could just run this, just run a white-green Lifegain deck without all of these venturing shenanigans, and we still have some solid 3s to play, some solid 4s. And then, do I want the extra Dungeoneer as a random 4-drop, or I could maybe play something, or maybe just play the potion, now that we cut the venturing. Like, we're going to venture into the Dungeon of Mad Mage, I think, first to trigger life gain, maybe. I also like the fact that this can pump and get an attack, which is quite neat, and also gain us life. You know what, let's take potion. I have no idea what the final card should be. I don't know if it's the You Find a Curse Idol. Not sure if it's a random Death Toucher because we're lacking removal, or if it's even, I don't know, Dungeoneer or Ranger's Hawk. Probably not Ranger's Hawk because we don't have any equipments, and tapping it and a creature to venture, it's kind of slow. Definitely worse than Dungeoneer and even Cloister Gargoyle. So I guess we can just, not run the venture package and just run good cards. Okay, let's try this. And then mana base, slightly favoring whites. Take us this long to finally get a second draft, but here it is. So let's do this. Opening hand, hey, Werewolf Pack Leader, let's try it. Highly doubt we're going to trigger Pack Tactics that early, but hey, it's on 2 and we need to cast it with double green, so might as well get this out of the way ASAP. And Cantaloupe, I think, is a very good drafter, so hopefully we don't face against a busted black-red deck. We'll see. This is a guy I also see in Quarter Call streams. Okay, black, that's already a bad sign. Plus, Forceworm Paladin, okay, even worse. We can at least maybe smash in for 3. This can make him a treasure token and pay a life, so... Ooh, blue-black, okay. Is he going to use this immediately? He decides to attack instead. Interesting, plays Guild Thief, but I can always untap my guy. I think I actually attack here and then try to ambush the Guild Thief. So, because I do need to race this Forsworn Paladin since it's just such a scary card. So we'll say go. And then if Thief tries to attack, I'm going to try to untap the Werewolf Pack Leader and hope I don't get punished here, otherwise it could just be game over. But I can't afford to just stay back all day. I could die here, but let's go for it. You gotta believe. And if it gets countered, then it gets countered. But there's only Bardigates, which counter creatures. So he has something. No, don't do this. This is only game 1. Alright, there it is. And then we can block Guild Thief. And hope he doesn't have a Manticore to finish it off. I guess he can pump the Guild Thief, but it won't gain Death Touch because he needs to use a treasure in order to do so. So yeah, pumping the Guild Thief won't accomplish anything, so I think he just needs to lose it and then play something else here. Warlock class, alright. And another Guild Thief, alright, so I need to stay back now. Divine Smites, alright, I guess I just use this to exile the Paladin before it makes a treasure. And then we can maybe, hopefully, eventually cast Owlbear and attack. Thieves Tool. Okay, so now we need to race. If the opponent's just gonna equip here and attack, we need to race the Guild Thief. Luckily, we have a lot of life gain going, so let's cast a Priest, hopefully hit our land drops. And then attack for 3. We won't be able to trigger Pack Tactics anytime soon, because we're missing our land drops. But this Guild Thief is going to grow and it's going to become a problem. And even has Ray of Frost to tap down the pack leader, so that's not good for us. I do have the, the creature that can destroy enchantments, the Dawnbringer Cleric, so maybe I can interact with this once I draw it. But this Guild Thief is going to get out of hand. I mean, I guess I can eventually block it once it becomes 4 power. So, yeah, I guess I can consider that. Since, okay, discards 2 lands. So that means it's a playable, or a card, or a land, I don't know. Maybe it's all, the top 3 are just lands. Portable Hole actually is really good. Yeah, let's just get rid of this Guild Thief now before it becomes a problem. Over the Warlock class, which is also a good card, but I gotta get rid of the Thief while I can. Otherwise the scaling is just a problem. And we've been missing our land drops, but we're still fine. Opponent's behind on board. Hopefully he doesn't drop a big creature here, like a dragon. I guess the black and blue dragons are 7 mana, so I don't need to worry about it until next turn. Wizard's class is quite good. He might just sack his treasure to just draw cards. Alright, at least he's taking his whole turn off just to draw 2. But I do need to get on the battlefield, so come on, give me a land. Game. He might have drawn into a removal spell by now. But we still need to deploy our stuff. What's the opponent thinking here? He might have a 2-mana removal spell or a creature he's looking to play. Krydle, alright, that can block my 2-1. But we can play a Owlbear finally. After 10 years, we finally get to play him. And yeah, we can even Arboreal Pegasus eventually to get in a huge attack in if we want to. Might just do it next turn if I miss my land drop. He could attack and pay and then hit me for 1, but then +2 with the Krydle. And he still needs 7 mana to activate Warlock class, so it's going to take him a while. Fly, okay, that's a good one. So he doesn't get to he doesn't need to pay his 2 generic. I wouldn't mind a land on top, but even so, if he mills a spell, I'm not really concerned, since then I can play Hill Giant Herdgorger. Alright, that's fine. Just give me my land, please. Stone Knife Spy, so I might want to keep the Priest back now. Or I can still attack because Hill Giant Herdgorger is just going to give me a ton of life, so let's risk it here. Let's be aggressive. This is not a coward's game. And then he might be forced to chump, and then Pegasus, I guess, can give this flying. So yeah, he just has all these mana sinks. I'm still at a really high life total. His next venture, he can make a 1/1 chump blocker or a treasure token. Most likely going to make a 1/1 chump blocker. Funny, okay, so he's just gonna... He didn't attack with a Soul Knife Spy either. I guess he needs it to stay back to block. Makes a 1/1, mills away a random spell that I don't care about. So I'm going to try to land a Killing Blow next turn and play the Pegasus, since I still have a Steadfast Paladin to follow up. And this will also trample, so if he wants to tap out for this, it's also fine. And hope he just doesn't have something here so we can play land. And I think I just go for it here. And if he counters it, I can still attack and be okay. Okay, Bardigate, so what does this do? I guess he can put a 1/1 counter onto one of his creatures. So if I attack with all, he would need to chump this and then at least block one of these. Let's see. I guess he can even take it. I guess I can attack with these two. He can chump, and then the 2-1 can still stay back. I guess I can also attack with the 2-1 if he blocks here and chumps here. Yeah, he needs to chump the 7-6 at least. So he can block here and then trade here, and that's good. So then we can swing in for 4, play Shocking Grasp. Okay, not amazing, but we still have Steadfast Paladin at least to follow up, so just gonna keep hammering down until the opponent is out of stuff. Now he can draw a card when he ventures, but that's alright. And then we have second Hill Giant Herd Gorger to help us stabilize. So contact under playing main phase, okay? So he gets a scry 2 and draw 2. Hopefully he's out of cheap stuff to mess with us. Yeah, blue's a cute color to be in, but I still think it's just kind of underwhelming, so we might as well attack with everyone next turn, and then surprise him with a Hill Giant Herd Gorger if he manages to somehow survive. So yeah, I think he just needs that final card, even mills a land, which I don't mind too. Tops the card, so he might have something, maybe a flash instant speed, tap a creature, but I'm still going to attack with everyone. And luckily he's unable to activate his classes. I'll take another Krydle, so he can still block. Alright, he's just going to use another blocker here. Well, we might as well attack. And then, yeah, play out second Hill Giant Herd Gorger. And then, do I play second one out? There's no sweepers in blue-green, blue-black, so we might as well play second one. And yeah, this is why this is such a good common in green. Just so difficult to block, requires premium removal. And yeah, he could flash into Scion, I guess, but he would have to do a pre-combat, so we might as well move to combat. So if he flashes into Scion, yes he did. We might as well, I guess that buys him an extra turn. Hopefully he's in a high row, so it's not a high row, it's a low row. So I can't afford to attack with the 4/4, otherwise he gets to free block it. So I just want to make him chump. And then next turn attack with both, and it should be good. Everyone, and it should be game. But cool deck, you know, the blue-black deck is really fun to build around. Especially with cards like Fly, Krydle, Guild Thief, and Soul Knife Spy. There's one that also ventures. So we're still attacking with all here, because if he activates the Arcane Investigator, all he does is draw a card. But yeah, it's game over. And just one more game to Mythic. And I still need to read up on the Neon Dynasty reviews on the cards, since I think I have a big draft tournament coming up on Friday. So I need to prep, I need to basically indulge in as much knowledge as I can. List the top commons, the top uncommons, and then take it from there. I do have a local draft group that I play with. It's high stakes draft. Really good players. Shout outs to Vegas Hot Singles. That's the, that's the name of the company of one of the people who leads this draft group. His name is Jimmy Frick. Shout out to him. Also a pro poker player. You can even search him on YouTube or Wikipedia, and he's there. But yeah, he's always firing off these high stakes drafts, and we're also selling singles to him. So really an awesome community. And without that community and support, I would have definitely not got to where I've gotten to now in terms of knowing how to draft properly and being great at this game. Not trying to brag, but you know, I've been playing this for at least 3 years, so over 3 years. So yeah, at this stage, I should at least know what's going on. But the program is lagging. Okay, not anymore. a moment. We're definitely going to leave with Paladin, and if we can get an attack, we can then... we might want to play the second main, but there's a chance he could just block and prevent that from happening, but it's okay. Yeah, he can just play land and then block and then sacrifice this to ramp second main when I attack, so there's really no reason to... Ooh, but plays Dancing Sword instead. Okay, so decides to take the risky route, but luckily we have Portable Hole to answer the Dancing Sword. So do I do it now or do I wait until he equips? I mean, it'd be mana efficient if I do it now, but I can also do it next turn, assuming I don't get a 3-drop. And I get to scry here too, so I do want to hit my lands, so... Yeah, funny enough, I might as well just not use the Portable Hole yet. I might wait for him to invest all of his mana into this, and then we can exile it. So what happens? I guess he can sacrifice the creature. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm not sure if I... yeah. I might have... should have maybe exiled this last turn, because if he kills this creature, it becomes a 2-1. So, not sure about this. It's because if I respond with Portable Hole, he can just sack in response, and that's going to be annoying. So I think the game plan is just to gain 2 life and pass. Or just gain 2 life and attack for 4. He can chump it and sack, but, yeah, this will force a chump and stack instead of a trade. Or I can just trade a Paladin here. Yeah, land is good. I need to hit my White Dragon. Yeah, I'll attack, and then he's probably just going to block and sack in response. And make a flyer. And then maybe then I exile the Dancing Sword. We'll see. If it's a 2-1 flyer, then I might not need to exile it, since I can still attack past it. Okay. With Ward 1. It is annoying against my Paladin, but I still think we say go, since we are going to get a land next turn. And there's maybe something more problematic that we need to contend with, so that's okay. Bard, okay, can maybe gain some life, or maybe get an attack. Gaining life isn't the worst. So now I can see exiling this and then attacking for maybe 4, or maybe punching through with the Paladin. Let's just get this sword out of the way, I think. It did use up our mana, and we could have done it earlier, but that's fine. And then do I attack here? I can Bull Strength. Might as well. There's a chance he plays a larger creature, but by Bull Strengthing here, I can still gain some life, trample over, and grow Trelisar and Scry, so this is fine. And then next turn, if he plays another creature, I can just tap it down with White Dragon, assuming I get a land on top. Owlbear is still great, so I'll keep it on top regardless. Priest is great, so I definitely don't want to attack with Steadfast Paladin next turn, since he can easily trade for it, which I don't want happening. So, just going to attack with these 2 and play Owlbear. Bag of Holding is fine. Not an exciting card. So luckily he didn't play any enchantments for my Dawnbringer Cleric to kill. And we could chip in for a ton of damage, draw a card, and even maybe lock something down next turn. The Mythic Common. His own Owlbear, okay. I guess I don't mind trading Owlbears or getting a land drop to lock this down. Ooh, land is great. Yeah, I think we just do this. Question is, yeah, I think we just attack with these 3. Maybe force a chump here, and then my 2/2 can start getting through. And he just concedes just too much power. Not bad deck for the opponent. It's also similar to ours, but the Bag of Holding I don't think is a great card. And here we go. Mythic rank. Nothing to be too surprised about, since this is quick draft and not a double feature. Double feature would have definitely taken way longer. But maybe I can land 2/7 wins here, and then we should be fine. And we get to Mythic number 53. So maybe we can get to top 10, I don't know. Since it's really early this month. Trelisar on 2 is kind of what you want. There's that one game where we didn't have Trelisar and it was still fine. It was the Werewolf Pack Leader, I think. This hand, hey, we have turn 2 Werewolf Pack Leader. Hey, and if we get to turn 3 Circle, it could enable Pack Tactics. Yeah, we'll try it on the draw. Don't hate it. Hopefully get white mana soon to maybe have access to a bit of interaction. Could see him use Barter Gates next turn, so we might want to attack first and see what's up. Plays a tap land, so never mind. Yeah, let's just attack for 3, and instead of playing Priest, I think it's correct to play Circle here. Although if I play Priest, I can play Circle and Portable Hole, but by playing Circle, I can maybe enable Pack Tactics better to draw a card. And having access to Portable Hole means I can maybe deal with something. Inspiring Bard, okay. So I could just trade off my Werewolf and draw a card if I want to. It's not a bad idea. Since a Portable Hole doesn't deal with this, I think we trade it off. We still draw a card, and we still 2-for-1 the opponent, so we might as well. And this way we can get closer to our White Dragon. Opponent's debating whether or not he would block the Pack Leader and doesn't. Okay, this is the first time I've come across this. I mean, that's fine. I'm actually liking it. So now I can even transform this next turn into a 5/4 and then draw another card. So yeah. Owlbear, okay. I don't mind actually attacking and drawing then. So if I play land and activate an attack, I can lose my 2/1, which isn't necessarily great, but he'd be taking 5 and I draw a card. Maybe I just need to wait until the White Dragon comes down, so we can instead just draw with a potion, play Steadfast, and take it from there actually. And yeah, Arboreal Pegasus gives us more options, so we'll see go. So blue-green, maybe a control deck with Hill Giant Herd Gorger, that's a good one. White Dragon can tap it down at least for maybe a turn. If I Pegasus, I won't be able to activate Werewolf. So I think we actually tap down the 7/6 for a turn and take it from there. Next turn we can maybe give Werewolf Pack Leader flying and then draw a card off of it. Prowler is okay. Don't think I'm blocking it. Could see maybe a removal spell, but that would kind of suck, since I would lose an extra flyer to help me race against Hill Giant. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll probably see a fight spell. That sucks. So Pegasus can pump, and we can also just attack and draw a card, I guess. But no, we can't do that. I guess we can't do that because it won't be 6 power or more. And if I attack with this, I would lose the guy. So I think we set up the owlbear here. And then, not sure if I want to double block. We'll see go. Maybe just need to take 6, 7. And then we can swing next turn with owlbear, pack leader, and then draw a card. But this 7/6 is concerning. I can still gain life end of turn. Or play out, I guess, Veteran Dungeoneer. Alright, Basilisk. So with the Basilisk out, I might be prompt to trade now. Or I can use the portable hole. So let's see. Alright, opponent doesn't do anything. So let's see. If I play land and I play Pegasus, can I activate Werewolf Pack Leader? I can. But that's still... Okay, if I do that, I guess that's 6 power, so I will trigger Pack Tactics. So I think we go for it here. And hope he doesn't have anything. If he tries to kill Pack Leader, then I can give something else flying, but I think I go for it here. So I can draw a card and hit for 6, which is a lot. And that way I can just keep developing my board. And place contact that are playing, sure. We can still play Veteran Dungeoneer. I'm not sure where we want to venture, though. So he attacks here. I think we go for the double block here and hope it resolves, since this is a problem, and I don't think I'm triple blocking this. Although triple blocking wouldn't be the worst either. Okay. And Bull Strength also tramples over, so I should maybe throw an extra creature in front. So not in the best position. In second Hill Giant Herd Gorger, it's probably just game over. Yeah, this is not easy. The bots just don't respect Hill Giant Herd Gorger enough that they're always just passed. That's a good one. I'll keep on top. Play land, and I guess we can play Dawnbreaking Cleric or keep up the activation for Werewolf Pack Leader. Maybe I just need to activate and then do some blocking. And he gets a haul, so I don't think we can win this. Yeah, it's just too much. Against another deck where they don't have like a million Hill Giant Herd Gorgers, I would be fine, but with Hall and Hill Giants, I'm pretty much screwed. Just too much life gain to making it hard to race, and then just too many large bodies. And I got totally blown out that game. I should have maybe quadruple blocked it. What happens if I quadruple blocked it? I guess you could have killed my flyer in Owlbear and then left the other 2 powered creatures on the battlefield, which also isn't amazing. So it was just bad nonetheless. Just too much power. Hope I don't face against decks like that. We're the deck that's supposed to do that, not them. The only way I can hope to win that one was to make sure the opponent doesn't draw enough lands and kill them quickly. Because we were doing pretty well with the pack tactics. We drew like 3 cards off of the Werewolf Pack Leader. But even then, it wasn't enough. We just didn't have enough evasion. And against opposing green decks, there's just, again, large bodies that are hard to attack into, so rip. Priest on turn 3 isn't the worst. I would love a Trellisar on 2. It doesn't seem like a great hand, I have to say. The Cleric can maybe answer enchantment, assuming that the opponent has a bomb enchantment to play, but I really don't think I want to start with this hand. Small. This hand also isn't great, but I'll keep, and then we can bomb Turd Gorger, I guess. And hopefully draw into some better 2s. Like a Werewolf Pack Leader, assuming we can get double green going. That can die to Portable Hole. Or you hear something on watch. Probably Portable Hole is better, since there's not much cheap stuff to exile. And the you hear can at least kill a big creature, maybe a big flyer in the late game. Hard Hexblade's fine. Ooh, Trellisara. Yeah, I think we play Trellisara first, and then Priest. Play it off curve, so at least we get the bonus from the Scry, and we can make a 3-3. Opponent just passes the turn, even better. Alright. Yeah, we just play the Lifegain guy. And I'm fine with any lands on top, funny enough. Ooh, White Dragon's good. And we'll smash in for 3. Assuming nothing bad happens, okay. And opponent just concedes, wow. Yeah. Portable Hole dealing with Horde Robber was really key. So happy that I didn't keep the previous hand. The previous hand wasn't that bad, actually, but I was forced to play the 1-3 just to block. And then the Priest was just whatever. Opening hand is okay. I don't like to mull on the play. We'll try it. Probably hold on to this cleric. And hopefully top deck a good 2-drop, of course, like usual. Alright, there's Vorpal Sword, which is a bomb. So what does this do? Equip creature gets +2/+1 death touch immediately, so it's only double black to equip. And then you can pay 8 mana and you just lose the game. Very fun and interactive. It's an artifact, so I can't destroy it. So I need like a portable hole to answer it. Hopefully no 2-drop in a black-red deck. Probably going to see a Horde Robber. Okay. Ooh, portable hole. Alright, we got lucky here. Saved by the... Yeah, we got saved here. This was the card to save us. And then I think I need to run out the cleric just to prevent him from making treasures. So I'll just play it here and gain 2. And then next turn we can play land into Troubadour and start venturing. Wanti Fangblade is interesting. Trelasara is also very good. I could just play Trelasara first to get some value off of it, but I think we're scrying with Troubadour anyway, so let's play Troubadour and take it from there. But we'll be taking hits from this Wanti, and we're not going to Tomb of Annihilation. Dungeon is interesting, but I don't think we're going to scry forever, so let's just scry for 1. Maybe keep a land on top. Circle, it's not amazing. I think we bottom it. It can maybe block the Wanti, but that's it. Might just have to keep taking hits from this, or maybe trade the Inspiring Bard eventually. Or maybe just try to race him with the Wandering Troubadour. Wouldn't mind some extra lands. Vampire Spawn, so that's going to hold off my Troubadour. White Dragon's pretty good. I think we played Trelasara first. And say go. And next turn we can still gain some life. And maybe trade for Wanti. He's going to get 2 triggers. I think I still block here like this. And then Inspiring Bard can make a Trelasara a good blocker or even a better attacker, who knows. Swarming Goblins, okay, so we definitely need to deal with the opponent's stuff. I can play Steadfast, but probably play Inspiring Bard, gain some life here. And then Grill Trelasara, scry for a land, and I'll keep the land on top. Pass the turn. I need to block and trade for Wanti, otherwise he just keeps growing. I can still afford to take 4 maybe. It's not amazing. Or maybe I just trade here, but then the opponent keeps venturing, which can be a problem. I could also just trade this off, funny enough. It's not like the worst decision. Like, Trelasara can grow, but I guess we need some good blockers at the end of the day, but I would need to deal with this eventually, not sure how. I could maybe afford to take 4 one more turn, and I guess I can double block next turn, so never mind. So I think I'll block like this and hope it resolves. Feign Death, that's also annoying. Okay. This also just comes back with a counter. We can maybe make a 1/1 Goblin, actually, so that's not bad. Sculptor Merchant is great with the tokens. So let's play lands, play out Steadfast Paladin, and then decide what we want next turn. I'm probably going to trade a Paladin so I can scry with Trelasara, so I think it's fine making a 1/1 Goblin here, so I can at least have the double block potentially. So this is fine, and I'll double block the Wanti. And take 4. Another Swarming Goblins, wow, yeah. Sometimes people have it all, even the Vorpal Sword. So I definitely need to keep my blockers at bay. So I'm definitely going to double block Wanti and take 4 here. So he doesn't get to keep venturing and growing his creature. I could also double block here and chump, but this needs to be dealt with for sure. And it even decides not to attack, that's good. Alright, that's great, so now I guess we can play out maybe White Dragon and take it from there. Or play out Herdgorger first in case something goes awry, so maybe we just do this first. And then we can still keep venturing here and growing Trelasara. Do I need land? Land isn't bad with Wandering Troubadour, but at this stage I don't think we need to prioritize it. So we'll say go. And then we can drain the opponent, and then Trelisar can also grow into 5/5. Or I can put a counter onto, I guess, maybe the Steadfast Paladin to make it into a reasonable blocker, so I don't have to double block. So lots of interesting options here. If I do Dark Pool, I do get off a Scry, which isn't bad. And I can still block. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this instead. It's almost the same thing as making them, putting a counter. Yeah, let's bomb this still. And then we can double block the 3/3 and hold off the 4/3s. I can even tap this down and start attacking eventually, so we need to try to end the game somehow. But these 1/1 chump blockers are making it very difficult. So we can still play Land Adventure, play White Dragon. It's funny, I might actually... Yeah, I think we need to tap the Wanty, if I'm not mistaken. That's the biggest issue. And then the question is, do I attack here? I guess sending in the 7/6 isn't the worst. He can chump and sack. And then he can swing back, but I should have enough decent blockers, so let's go for it. So he can block and sack, but I gotta keep wailing on him if possible. He could even trade off for this, and I'm completely okay with it. Don't hate this, alright. And we'll kill both. We also just get to draw a card. So we did bomb 2 lands already, and now we're just going to draw a card, so that's good. And the more lands we hit, the more we can keep venturing, which isn't bad. Opponent's just going to keep sacrificing, drawing cards until he finds an answer, so just keep drawing and take it from there. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near the same level of Skullport Merchant drawing 1,000,000 cards, and the Ray actually slows me down here, so not good. Dungeon Crawler. So I do need some blockers as backup against this 3/3. Arboreal Pegasus is a good one. Alright, let's just do this. And yeah, I'm fine giving this flying and attacking. Or maybe it should have done Wandering Troubadour, since Troubadour can't block as well. But this is okay. And Direwolf Prowler is still okay, and we can still double block the 3/3 Death Touch. And have a 2/3 flyer, so maybe he's just going to keep sacrificing until he doesn't find anything. But yeah, this card's insane. Hopefully he's out of steam, but he can just keep sacrificing. And the Dungeon Crawler can also keep coming back if he manages to completely venture, so I do need to halt the progress by dealing with the at least having a blocker back for Wanty, so... Could see a removal spell. Magic Missiles kind of sucks, alright. Rip. So land at least allows me to venture. Not sure where I want to go though. That's the question. But we'll pass and then see. Maybe Dungeon of the Mad Mage now. I mean, Dungeon will still gain me a life and scry one, and then I can scry again. I can also go into Tomb just to have fun. Let's do Dungeon, since I'll get the scry anyways from Trelisar. And then I don't think I need 1,000,000 lands anymore, I just need to pick up some of my key creatures. Both of my flyers are down, so winning this game is also not going to be easy. Goblin Morningstar. Luckily I still have some good blocks going. It does give his creature trample, but I'm still not going to throw everything on one basket, so... Once the Death Touch is dealt with, I can maybe start attacking too. The Troubadour, unfortunately, has to go. Yeah, that sucks. But at least we bought him enough lands from the Scry that we're okay. Bought him 3 lands, so that's pretty nice. Hope he doesn't complete this dungeon, because if he does, this can just keep coming back. I guess he can just. I guess it's only whenever he completes a dungeon, so it's actually not that great. Sure. If he equips, I can still block it. If he equips Wanty, yeah, I can still block it, so I don't really mind. And Paladin's okay. I can attack with Direwolf Prowler. If I do, I can still trade for Wanty or Swarming Goblins, which I don't mind. But if I do, then it can be kind of awkward. Actually, he can block with the 2/5, so never mind. It doesn't accomplish anything. I need to hope to just top deck some goodies. I still have like a Bull Strength that could be useful to taking out the Skullport Merchant. I'm not sure if we're going to go down to the game with decking, but we just drew another land, which isn't where we want to be, so... Hulking Bugbear I can still block. Oh, Werewolf Pack Leader isn't bad, although it's going to be a little bit difficult attacking to this. I could still offer it as a trade to the Wanty just to draw a card. Not sure if that's worth it, necessarily. Valor Singer can pump an attack, so this can become 6 power, but I still have some good blockers, so I don't actually care if it attacks. So opponent might sack Dungeon Crawler and try to get it back eventually, because he might be trying to complete the dungeon and buy it back, so need to be careful. Another Fang Blade, but I can still trade it off. Ooh, Priest is great, so let's do this first. I wish you can actually trigger Lifegain Scry first, but that's not how it works. Ooh, Dungeon? Veteran Dungeoneer isn't bad too. Another Chalasara is great, so... yeah, I think we hold on to this then. Although, if we're going to be scrying... yeah, let's hold on to this, Sigo. Because I want to plop down the second Chalasara first before I start venturing and going off. And then I already know what I'm drawing, so there's no reason to scry one. Opponent is just trying to dig for more answers, so opponent needs to end the game quickly. Not sure if he has any bombs that he has in his deck. Hopefully no sweepers like Orcus, that would be pretty bad. Or big flyers, but if he doesn't, then we can just hope he decks himself and take it from there. Valor Singer is still okay. Another Horde Robber. So opponent might just be running out of gas. Makes it into a 4/4. Can pump his creature twice, but my creatures are still going to be very large. So I think I just play everything out and hope I don't get swept by a freaking random Orcus. I mean, you can't win against Orcus anyway, so ooh, I guess I can't do Chalasara since it's a legendary, so never mind. Let's just scry. And then if I get any creatures on top, I might not play them because, let's say he does have a board wipe, then, yeah, let's just say he does have a board wipe, then I'd probably want the Lifelinker or Life Gainer along with Trelisara, so I need to be careful here. I think the game plan is either the opponent sweeps us, sweeps the board, kills everything and us, or we just have him deck himself. Okay, Spare Dagger is kind of cute, but he does need to attack with a Death Toucher, but I still have Trelisara to bring it back, so he can snipe my two biggest creatures here, so I guess that might be RIP Trelisara. But we could still stay alive, and that's the whole point. And if he gives me more turns, then that's fine. Does the opponent even attack? Nope, but we did scry 4 lands to the bottom, and we're drawing more lands, so talk about luck. We definitely need it. Yeah, like 4 lands to the bottom, a medium 3-drop. So we have 9, 10, so we have 3 lands left in the library, and 12 spells. Wow, opponent just concedes. Alright, he realizes he can't win. Alright, sweet. Sometimes if you can't kill them quickly, then you just grind them out, and that's what happened. So luckily we were able to deal with Warpool Sword. Otherwise that card would have just won him the game once he was able to keep activating for 8s. I was just forced to throw chump blockers in front of his creatures all day, so yeah, Portable Hole came to rescue. And yeah, there's also Plundering Barbarian, which the opponent could have had that could dealt with it, but yeah, we got there. Right, 4 and 1, let's keep this up. Hopefully no Vorpal Sword on turn 1 that I need to answer again. Alright, no white mana. Well, we have Portable Hole. This would be great if we have white mana. I mean, I just need white mana, right? I mean, this can be a complete disaster, but on the play, I hate the mulligan. Let's lose the game of Magic with respect, and not lose like cowards, and there we go. Asking you shall receive. Let's believe. There's some games where I never even draw a freaking land, even with 2 colors. I could Portable Hold this, but not now. I think it's best to play Trelisara and take it from there first. And if it does connect, then I will Portable Hole. You could play a way to tap this down, which can be annoying. Shamligast, okay. And another Guild Thief, sure. And, Werewolf Pack Leader is great, but is it better than just Priest of Ancient Lore here? Probably not. And then I might want to keep up white mana just to, play this first before we play a land. Ooh, second Trelisara. I don't know if I need 2 copies since it's a great card. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep 2 copies in our hand. We're going to play out the Werewolf Pack Leader anyways in Portable Hole. And then in case this ends up getting answered, we can at least play the second one and be really annoying. You could like fire off a Grim Bounty. We can still trade. Death Priest is pretty nice. Do I block here the 2-1? I could. He makes a treasure, or he might give -1/-1. Like, a block here wouldn't be the worst. He does get a treasure, or I can just take 2. I mean, he can just keep attacking, that's funny, and then he can eventually make zombie tokens. I'm gonna block here, it's fine. He makes a treasure, that's okay. I could do the portable hole thing. I guess he could have paid the 1 man to make a skeleton, never mind, I messed that one up. It's just owlbear. Could have also attacked first, but then I would be triggered to use the spell, and that would be kind of awkward. So let's just hope creatures don't die on this turn. So there was really no reason for me to block the Shambling Gas unless I wanted him to lose the treasure in the -1/-1, which I think is worth it maybe. He can activate the Guild Thief, but I can just keep messing him up. Okay, that's a good one. But we have Hill Giant Herdgorger. It could also attack, but then he has some good blocks. I think we need to play the Herdgorger. Bond many lands. Priest, I'll keep. Eventually this will grow pretty large, and I can still attack with a 7/6. And if these Guild Thieves keep growing, I can just exile them too. Arcane Investigator, I guess I might want to exile. Although this Thief is going to keep growing, so I might want to be careful here. So I could attack with Trelisara if he double blocks. Sure, I lose it, but I get to clear the board. And then I can play a second one and gain life. I might want to do that. So let's just attack with both, and I'm fine sacrificing this to gain life. And we can always play second Trelisara and take it from there. Decides to chump. That's not bad. Okay, I guess we just have the opponent take the damage, play Werewolf Pack Leader, and then do I play Priest? I might as well. Even though I'm losing life gainers for the Trelisara. But I think it's still worth it, and we can bomb the land. Play land, say go. And if he keeps growing these thieves, again I'll exile the largest one. The thing is, it's just too slow. This card isn't very good. You need to sink so much mana just to make it unblockable and gain a counter, whereas I'm just gaining counters whenever I'm playing a creature. So definitely keep that in mind. This card is not good. Don't play it. It's a blue-black theme, but it's not great unless you don't have to activate the ability and you can just make it unblockable forever. And blue-black doesn't have sweepers, so I'm fine just continuously attacking. We can also transform this into a 5/3 eventually, and draw a card with it too. And I can also gain life at instant speed with the potion, so if he makes a bad block with this, I'm in good shape. So he attacks, he gets a counter, and that's it, but then he loses an extra blocker. And then, I'm in no rush to deal with this Guild Thief, honestly. We'll just say go. And we have You Hear Something on Watch, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I could just use You Hear Something on Watch if he goes for some big blocks. So, you know what? Let's move to combat. Let's attack. And then draw a card, and then can cast You Hear Something on Watch. Could also portable hold this to get rid of the blocker. Just chumps, okay. I guess we'll just cast this. I guess that forces the issue. I hate to use this, but we might as well. And then I can even pump this to deal extra damage, funny enough. Might as well sink the 6 mana in. And then I'll play a Plains and say go. We can use portable hold next turn on the 3/3. Yeah, you can't really don't draft blue unless you open up a bomb, or you can get away with a million Hill Giant Herdgorgers. Blue should definitely be your secondary color, and you shouldn't have too many blue cards in your decks in this set. So yeah, it's almost like a Midnight Hunt where you force blue-black, and in the set you force black-red. And it's kind of like the worst colors have been switched around. Blue is the worst color in this set, and then, well, red isn't the worst color in Midnight Hunt, but it's one of the weaker ones for sure, along with green. AFR, at least, all the colors outside of blue are relatively balanced and strong. In Midnight Hunt, it was just like blue-black and sometimes white, and then the other two colors were just really bad. So it has similarities with Midnight Hunt, but there is also differences as well. I say blue is about as bad as green was in Battle for Zendikar. If anyone remembered that draft set or that set in Magic, so we can easily secure another 7. So 2 7-win videos for AFR, and then focus on one more final double feature. So 2 more wins, and this deck is quite nice, and we're ranked 29 Mythic. Funny enough. Alright, this opening hand is not great. We don't have any green mana. We're on the play though, but with all these double green expensive cards, it's definitely not a keep. This hand also isn't great, but we have all of our colors. I can afford to still bottom of planes and still be okay, so we'll try it. And hopefully top deck a good 2-drop at least. No 2-drop, but Priest could be nice on turn 3, or I can lead with Circle the Moon Druid to maybe add a bit of pressure. Since if I'm able to like exile something and get an attack, that's great. Although Priest does make it more likely that I hit my 4th land drop for Wandering Troubadour. And yeah, either way, the Circle can't really attack into the 2/2 unless he attacks back. So I don't know. Let's play Priest. I don't really like to use up the life gain since I have double Trelazara, but we might as well. And this again improves the chances of us hitting our land drops. If he attacks with 2/2, I'm happy with the trade since I just replaced it. I can start being aggressive or not. Alright, makes a treasure. So I probably want to keep this back because if I attack and he swings back, I'll be taking more. So yeah, we'll play Circle. And then save the Portable Hole for maybe something a little bit more scarier. Circle can block these 2 pretty well on this turn. Troubadour. Yeah, I wish I had my own land to play Troubadour now. Can I have a land, please? Otherwise, I'd be doing my turn doing absolutely nothing. And that's a bad sign. Ooh, Trelazara. Alright. We can set up for Dawnbringer Cleric next turn if we want to. So it's not the worst. We'll say go. Also not great. So we might want to go in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage if we get lands, so we can at least get a life gain from Tralasara. And here we're probably forced to sacrifice a permanent now. I don't think I can afford to sack a land. I think Priest will have to go, unfortunately. So this is what happens when you don't hit your lands. You just lose the game. I might have to double block Earth Cult next turn. But if he keeps venturing, he can eventually put a counter onto Earth Cults, and that's going to become a problem. And we just get a mediocre Steadfast Paladin. Nice. So we'll probably take 6. And could just use Portable Hole now just to get rid of this 2-2 just in case it becomes a problem later. Since I'm hoping I can hit a 4th land drop next turn, so pretty underwhelming. But it's what I have to do. Could also play Dawnbringer Cleric and gain 2. But either way, I don't think I'm blocking this Earth Cults. Or maybe I am, not sure. I do lose Tralasara and Circle Moon of the Moon Druid in the process, which isn't great. So I might need to play land into Troubadour and double block the Earth Cult and hope I don't get blown out instead. Hopefully he doesn't drop like a Targnar out of nowhere, Battlecry Goblin. As I say, don't drop a Targnar, guess what? He drops the Battlecry Goblin. I'm hoping he actually attacks with this so I can trade. Yeah, the Portable Hole on the Battlecry Goblin would have been sweet, but if I got a land, I would have wanted to play a 4-drop, so... Alright, Jaded Sellsword. Attacks, do I triple block this? I might have to. It's not a good block, it's going to look really ugly. Maybe I can wait until next turn. Let's take 6. And hopefully get a stinking land, please. If this becomes a 7 power, 7 toughness, I would need to put 3 creatures in front of this next turn, but it would still be fine. Since I would have at least 8 toughness if Wandering Troubadour goes in front of the Earth Cult Elemental. Jaded Sellsword, okay, we're not winning. That's just really stupid. Welcome to Magic. I think the right play would have been to play the Potion of Healing, get my land drop, play land, play Dawnbringer Cleric, gain some life. But I was just too far behind in that match already. I would have to maybe take another 6 so we don't throw away resources for free, and yeah, it's just unexciting. We just drew off a priest and couldn't even hit a land. Kind of shows you how you lose games. You just lose games because you can't hit land drops. What can I say? Even with a top tier quality deck, it just doesn't get there sometimes. I mean, we were on a pretty good win streak, so what am I complaining about? But now we have one more out, 1 more game to play, and I mean 2 more. We still have 2 more games to get to 7, but 1 game, and we won't make back most of our gems. I mean, I guess 1 more game and we can make back most of our gems, but we need 2 more wins to at least make up more than what we paid for. And this dumb software program takes like 1,000,000 years to load for some reason. Can you hurry up, wizards? Finally, okay. Let's go. Tralasara on 2. Can we get a land? If not, there's potion. I'll try it. and even mulls, so we get to go up a resource at least. And hey, we actually get to curve out this game. Awesome. Yeah, this can just keep scaling. Okay, that's fine. I can still hit for 3. And try to race, maybe. Or not. Not sure. I mean, I'm going to be gaining life in this deck, so I think we should be fine. Hand opponent just concedes. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess to make up for my bad luck, I get a free win. Sure. Alright, final boss. Let's get this out of the way. Get our 2-7 win AFRs. Then do some double feature. But remember, lean towards red-black as much as possible. Lean towards red, I think, as your primary color, since red-green and red-white are still decent. Black-green, I guess, is also decent. I'm saying black-white. You know what? Just lean towards red and black as much as possible. And if you can't, make sure you keep your eye out on Lifegain payoffs, the white-green Lifegain deck payoffs, since it's really well supported at common, and it's also could be the second best deck in the format. Red-green is also strong, doesn't require as much synergy and key cards in the white-green deck, but still, if it comes together, it's really powerful since equipments and pack tactics and Hobgoblin Captain plays really well with it. Same with red-white. The black-green grind deck is also really fun if you run a lot of removal spells, large Hill Giant Herd Gorgers, Owlbear. You can take over the game and even splash a third color. But red-black is the deck that you use to mostly splash for a third color in this format. So there's like bombs like Eye of the Beholder. Forgot his name. The 7 mana, 5 generic, 1 black, 1 blue rare. The mythic that's like takes control of your opponent's cards on your turn. There's also like Adult Gold Dragon you could splash for. So much you can splash for, and if you end up red black. But let's go for the final boss. Let's do this. Let's end this with a bang, and hopefully we can have at least a fair game if we don't win. And just avoid blue if you can. And if you're forced in the blue, at least like draft blue-whites, which has at least a flying theme, or draft blue-green with a lot of Hill Giant Herd Gorgers and Spoils of the Hunts. Alright, this hand can be kind of awkward. We're facing against number 3 Mythic as our final boss. Perfect. Well, I mean, as long as we get maybe a 2-drop, we should be okay. We have Priest at least on turn 3 and Arboro Pegasus, so on the draw, we'll try it. A 2-drop would be nice. If not, then... Alright, asking you shall be and you shall receive. Okay. If you can't handle this could just scale. So we're going to have a quick concession again. Or a vampire spawn. Plundering Barbarian, not a vampire spawn, but still a creature that helps him ramp a bit, so yeah. Final boss, let's own him with fashion. Hopefully he doesn't have an instant speed spell here, but I think it's correct attacking for 3. Do I want Steadfast Paladin? It's not bad, since it's a 2-drop that can play along with something else later, so I'll keep it on top. And I'll attack for 3 and hope he doesn't have a trick here and doesn't. So now the 2-1 can trade for the 2-2, which I don't mind. We can also use Arboreal Pegasus to fly over and deal some damage next turn. Grim Bounty, alright, so rip. And if he attacks, I think I'm trading. Or not, because if I don't trade, next turn I can still play Pegasus and fly this over and hit for 3, so I think we take 2. Right, and then now we use Pegasus to gain the extra point of damage. And then next turn we might keep this back, since he doesn't want to attack in the 2-3, and we can still play Paladin and maybe along with another card. Bugbear is fine. If he's attacking a Vol, I should be suspicious, but we can easily take 3, and we can even keep up You Hear Something on Watch along with Paladin. Hopefully no removal. Spawn is okay. Ooh, Werewolf Pack Leader. Yeah. I don't really want to block anything next turn. I'm definitely going to attack for 2. And I can afford to still take 3 from the Hulking Bugbear and then keep up You Hear Something next turn. Or I can just attack and then use this as a pump spell for Pack Tactics, who knows. I can also just activate Pack Tactics with this price, okay. I guess he's going to use this to draw a card. I guess now it could be fine trading and blocking here. And then I think I want to double block to 2-3 here, because he can't kill both creatures and I can still gain some life, and I still keep one creature assuming he doesn't top deck a broken instant here. Okay, and that's fine. We still have an extra blocker, we gain some life. And Ghoul, wow, nice. He top decks a Ghoul right on time. Alright, this could be a rough match. Wandering Troubadour, I guess, is nice. And I don't know what to do, maybe scry one. And I think I might need to keep the Pegasus back. And say go. Yeah, let's scry one here, try to find some action. Direwolf Prowler isn't the worst, I'll keep it. And then, yeah, I'm keeping everything back here. If he attacks with a 3-3, I think I double block, or I can block the Sepulchral and force him to sack something. So opponent might not even attack here. That's fine, I guess I can start swinging in the air now. And then play out my Direwolf Prowler, which can become a 4-4. And even punish the Sepulchral if he tries to sacrifice something and attack, so. And hope he doesn't have any interaction, so just putting a slow clock on him, and even Prowler was a nice pickup here. And we even get to use Wandering Troubadour again, and make a 1-1. And more lands we top decked, we can still keep using Troubadour, so playing is fine. Hopefully no price of loyalty. We can still put him on a slow clock here. Keep playing out my lands, attack. No reason to attack with a Prowler, I don't think, because he can still set up a good double block with the Poking Bugbear and Claim. And then I think I put a 1-1 counter on to the Flyer to put up faster clock against him. And even a good blocker for Hulking Bugbear. Wow, concedes, awesome. Sweet, we got the final boss, number 3 Mythic. And now we're number 2 Mythic, so we get to savor our glory. So that's awesome. And this is a nice way to round out AFR flashback drafts, since I'm getting tired, and this is a kind of an easy set to figure out compared to like Crimson Vow, for example. It's definitely a little less complicated. So I'm happy that I didn't actually include the venture package, since since I highly doubt we didn't finish any. We finished a dungeon once and that was it. But sometimes we might want to go into the dungeon of the Mad Mage to gain life, and we weren't guaranteed to finish the dungeon because Troubadour can again die. But yeah, that was a fun draft. Managed to finally show off the power of white-green Lifegain, which I don't think I recorded any videos on yet. But there we go. Let's add this to our collection. Get to show off our speed run to Mythic doing AFR drafts. And yeah, just to show the draft deck. We didn't have any good removal, honestly. No spot removal that could have gotten a blocker out of the way, unfortunately, since we weren't given any. The closest thing was like a Portable Hull, but even then, Portable Hull was better off answering enchantment sagas and artifacts. Divine Smite managed to get 1 black permanent in the game. I think it was like the Forebearer, the one that makes treasures and taps itself and can give a creature Death Touch +2/+0 if it sacks a treasure and uses the ability. You hear something on watch. Bull Strength I also saw in one game, But overall, not a ton of removal. I guess White Dragon counts as maybe a bit of interaction. But just solid creatures. Trelasara on turn 2 was pretty disgusting. Same with Werewolf Pack Leader. Priest can help us dig. And yeah, Troubadour also kind of helped us in the final game. So just an okay green-white deck. A good one though, but not busted by any means. I've seen a lot more insane ones, some with more Owlbears, more Priest of Ancient Lores, some Spoil the Hunts as removal. But overall solid, even didn't include a Venture package into this deck, and that was still fine. We still managed to pull off 7 wins, and that makes me happy. And then the next video is probably just going to be the final double feature video before Kamigawa comes out, so let's claim our prize. And then, yep, be happy. Maybe do some final drafts before this video goes away. Before I need to stop recording, I mean. So got 2 7-win drafts back to back. Unfortunately, they were both still 2 losses, so I'm not perfect. And some games were just really, and most of the games you lose is because of the land situation. Not getting your lands, not getting your second colors, even on a mulligan. It's kind of painful. But let's see, let's open some packs. Hopefully this software client doesn't keep lagging here, which it will. So pack 1, pick 1. Funny, I might actually take the Unicorn over Barrow win of Clan Undur. Not saying Black-White isn't a bad deck. It can be kind of fun if you draft a grindy version with lots of Fates reversals and ways to venture over and over and over. But overall, I think White-Green is a better combination and has more support at common and better synergy and power level, as we saw from the last draft. Didn't see Celestial Unicorn in our last draft as well, but still a common I would take over the, I would replace over like the Dire Wolf or the Circle the Moon Druid. So a lot of decent filler cards in this set if you can't find a specific common. Flump is kind of cute, but the thing is both players draw cards, so it doesn't really generate any real advantage, honestly. So don't ever take it. But Celestial Unicorn and Barrowin of Clan Undur are the 2 best cards in this pack. But I would take the Celestial Unicorn just to stay open and also lean myself towards green-white. This card is not a great rare, just a little bit difficult to cast. And even if you cast it on turn 3, sure you can tap it for 1 green and maybe 2 green, but you don't really want to cast a Mana Dork on turn 3 that can end up getting killed. And especially for triple green, it's kind of restrictive, so don't ever first pick this. Magic Missile is definitely the best card in this pack. It's not the best red uncommon, but definitely one of the better definitely one of the best. Since sometimes dividing the 3 damage into 1, 2, or 3 targets can actually kill 2 creatures, or even 3 if you're lucky, and that can be a complete blowout, especially against opposing decks with low toughness aggressive creatures. So Magic Missile is awesome. I would still maybe take Dragonfire over at pack 1, pick 1, since Dragonfire is easier to cast and is at instant speed. But definitely this is also close in terms of power level. And then there's Charm Sleep as a fine removal spell in blue. Clever Conjurer, also a way to ramp in blue. As some of the better commons in blue, but overall most of the blue commons are just almost unplayable. So keep that in mind. Alright, Deadly Dispute is a top common. Don't ever play Sorceress class, it's just not great. Blue-red is not a combination you want to be in. The first activate ability doesn't really give you card advantage unless you can discard lands in the late game. I never actually read any of these chapters, so level 2, creatures you control can tap for mana. Spend this mana only to cast or sorcery spell or to gain a class level. So it's restrictive for what it can cast, and you don't really want to tap creatures in a format that's pretty aggressive. Especially with red, green, and red, white as solid decks. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, that spell deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of instants and sorcery spells you've cast this turn. So even level chapter 3 is really horrific because it's trying to storm off with multiple instants and sorcery spells, and you won't be casting like a million spells per turn, and it also doesn't target creatures, so it gets even worse. Deadly Dispute is definitely the best common. Great 2 mana way to sacrifice a creature at instant speed, make a treasure, and also pairs well with Price of Loyalty. Definitely better than Unexpected Windfall. And I should have also hovered over the Talisman. But I know the Talisman is that if it deals combat damage, you get to copy a creature, and it gets +1/+1. Not sure what it does. Okay, Vorpal Sword is a bomb. It's easy to cast, very cheap to equip, and then immediately gives a equipped creature +2/+0 in Death Touch. So yeah, it already becomes a creature that trades up. And in the late game, once you have 8 mana available to activate, the opponent is kind of forced into throwing even throwing the creatures in front of the creature that's equipped with the Vorpal Sword. It gets even worse if the creature has high power and high toughness, since they need to put multiple creatures in front of it and don't have any great blocks. Or if they have a large creature and you have a small creature, they're kind of forced to stay back to respect this Vorpal Blade. So definitely the pick over Power Word Kill. But I can see someone taking Power Word Kill over Vorpal Sword, since this is kind of splashable and it has immediate impact. But in the long run, the Vorpal Sword can just grind the opponent out. And also you can just keep a creature on defense with this Death Touch ability over and over. And we also faced against a black-red opponent with this on turn 1. Luckily, we did have the portable hold to answer it. Otherwise, we would have easily lost that game. So definitely a bomb. And yeah, it's definitely better than Power Word Kill. But I actually don't think it's wrong. I wouldn't fault anyone for taking Power Word Kill, since if they're unsure about whether or not Vorpal Sword is good, the Power Word Kill is still just a great uncommon. And yeah, Fly is also one of the decent uncommons in blue. But again, most of the blue commons and uncommons aren't great. And then Celestial Unicorn, Ally is a fine flyer. Weaponry is a fine 3 mana play. Definitely take the Plundering Barbarian over improvised weaponry, because not only does Barbarian can make a treasure, but it can also destroy opposing artifacts. And either way, it's almost like a slow improvised weaponry, since it puts a 2/2 body that can at least trade and also makes a treasure. So I would definitely take Barbarian first over weaponry. Okay card, but dealing 2 damage is not necessarily that impactful at times. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll finally throw in one more double feature draft before Kamigawa comes out, and hopefully make enough gems to do a second one in the video. But hope you guys enjoy these 7-win videos, and as always, have fun and take care. Bye.